Hello, guys. This is Jay Takashi. Today, we're going to be doing a double feature. It's going to be One Piece, and it's going to be My Hero, or it could be anything that we change our mind at the last minute. Other than that, enjoy the intro, and we'll get right to it.
El Relo owner.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna pull up my guest, Mr. Reno Taku, and guys, I don't have my headphones on. I'm letting them charge right now. I had them shits in my head all night, sleeping. Practice in Japanese, you know how it is, man. But all in all, guys, welcome to the MA podcast featuring Jay Takashi, me, Watashi wa Jay, and my brother, Omae no Kyodai, Reno Taku.
Yo, what's going on?
And like I said, we're here to give you guys, a One Piece topic. I'm gonna turn on the fucking fan in my room, guys. And we're gonna talk a little bit of another series. And like I said, it might not necessarily be My Hero. It could be something else that we change our mind to later on if we feel like talking about it. We got time. We got time today. But all in all, guys, sorry about the delay. You know how this goes, guys. There's always technical difficulties whenever you're trying to plan shit.
Always, no matter what.
Always. Except that one time my shit went off. You know how I be getting pissed off when that be happening. Please understand that. And this is a little bit of the intro dialogue before we get to the actual topic, y'all. I hate and this is a little side rant. I hate when my shit goes the fuck off, bro. Like the shit works fine all day, and then when you finally it's no issue ever going down, and then when you finally do your stream, it want to act like a bitch.
Want to act up, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Even though, see, like I said, that's why I'm glad I got my brothers with me to tell me to relax, Jay. Like, this happens. I'm like, yeah.
It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us, man. All of us go through it. Even those at the tippy top, man, they all go through it.
Then maybe I should be evil and it won't happen. I'm just saying. I mean, I doubt it, but hey, man, maybe. But I feel you on that. But all my guys, like I said, we're going to be here to talk about devil fruits, and that's going to be our first topic of discussion a little bit. And me and him are going to go through each clarification. And that should take no more than, I don't think it even take 40 minutes, to be honest. Then we can talk.
Probably shouldn't.
Nah, no way. We can go over each one. And then we'll talk up, and I think as a bonus to you, we'll go over which one we would like to have in each category. I ain't much of a Zoan fan, but I think we all know which Zoan we would all get now. And listen, it's gonna be spoilers, so I'm gonna say it. So, but we'll save it when we get to it. But okay, first of all, devil fruits. So devil fruits are literally the abilities in One Piece which give people supernatural abilities, and they're magical. Let's just get that out the way. I don't want to hear any nonsense from anybody who's ever seen One Piece saying that they're not magical. It's very
magical.
They're all magical, man.
They were actually referred to as magic fruits at one point.
Yep, at the very beginning. That's what they were called. And Kinemon, if you guys keep up with the actual theories, Kinemon actually described the devil fruits as sorcery.
Right.
Even though he ate one. But yeah, it's like I said, it's gonna be one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna put it on some rock because we're both rockers here and metal.
Yes.
Metal boys. Sorry, guys. We're metalists. We love metal.
Can you turn it? Is it possible to turn it down just a little bit?
Yeah. How's that?
It's kind of overshadowing us a little bit.
Right there? That's good enough?
Perfect. That's perfect.
Yep. There we go, guys. Make sure you can still hear us. Ochiro. Okay, so you can say. But yes, at one point they were labeled as, you know, magic fruits. And some of them, depending on the user, can be very powerful. I don't want people never to get that shit twisted. Depending on the user, we can, like I said, we'll get into it in a second. But like, it depends on the user. The fruit can be very
a little bit more, a little bit more on the volume.
A little bit more down.
Yeah, a little bit more down.
All right, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, that's much better.
All right, let me know if it overshadows again. I'll turn that shit down. But yeah, like I said, depending on how skillful the user is with it, it could be a powerful force, like a real problem / annoyance. But let's get to the clarifications, and then we'll go over every I guess expert user, and then we'll go over what fruit we would pick from each category.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna let Mr. Ren Otaku talk about Paramecia. Would you care to start us off, sir?
Now, the Paramecia fruits are utility based for the most part. So they're not like Logias where you become the element or representation of whatever the hell it is. The Paramecia, it's more utility based. So you can use your fruit as mobility or as an enhancement to your everyday life, not necessarily as like a transformation or anything like that. So that's why for the longest time it was thought that Luffy had a Paramecia fruit, because it was more of like a body enhancement than a actual change, and it was always present. It wasn't something you turn on and turn off. It's always present. You always bearing the quality of a Paramecia fruit.
Thank you for that explanation. Appreciate it. Now, granted, guys, there's like two different types. Well, technically, you want to be real, there's technically 3 variants of Paramecia, if you want to be real.
Yeah, technically, each fruit has like 2 or 3 different sub-variants.
Subcategories, yeah. And like, that's what I said, the special ones, I should say special. Paramecia has technically 2 classes. There's 2 types of Paramecia. The one where it changes your bodies in different ways, which would be
like enhancements.
Luffy's no longer in that category anymore. So
yeah, no, he's never
in that category, so he doesn't belong in there.
Yeah, he's full on there, bro.
It would be Buggy, like Mr. One.
Oh, yep, Buggy.
Yeah, those guys.
Bellamy. Bellamy was another one
where it changes their body parts and stuff like that. You know,
but it's not really a change. It's always there.
No, I'm sorry. It changes. It turns them into the actual representation of the fruit.
That's Logia. Paramecia, it's always there. Like always there. Buggy's ability to separate his body, technically his body parts are always separated. He can just move them. He can move them so that they come. He forces them to be together so that he appears normal. Yeah. Bellamy's legs are always springs. They're just springs.
His arms and his legs and any body part if he wants.
Right. Because
he's a spring man. So yeah.
Because of his control over the fruit and his body, he can make it appear like they're not springs, or he can cover them up to the point where they don't look like springs all the time, but they are always there. It's not something you turn on and turn off. That's why they thought That's why they thought Luffy was a Paramecia, because then if he was always rubber. He doesn't become rubber. He doesn't turn into rubber. He was always rubber. He just decided when and when not to use it.
Yeah, man. We were talking about devil fruits without you.
That's the big difference between all the other fruits in the Paramecia. Is the other fruits are activated. A Zoan, you transform into whatever the mythical creature or animal representation is of that fruit. Logia, you turn that on and off. You're in the human state or you're in the state of the element that you have. Paramecia, you don't. It's just a part of you. You just have that now.
All right. And like I said, there's 3 different categories in it. Like I said, they have like subcategories. More to that. Like I said, it's literally Mr. One is not Mr. One, because I was about thinking about different ones that do things to you. Right. Like Mr. 3, the wax guy.
Wax guy, yeah.
His body is not wax; he creates wax.
He creates wax. That's
which is really weird, because like I would think
that very close to
it's one of the ones of like laws where He's not a room man. He creates rooms.
He creates rooms, right?
Rooms. There's a difference. It's like white. It's okay. So he would be in the category of Whitebeard.
And it's not really a room that he's creating. He's creating an atmosphere.
Say what?
It's not really a room. It's an atmosphere.
It's an atmosphere, like a territory. Like
technically, it's like little pocket dimensions. It's like a little pocket dimension that he can manipulate at will.
He can manipulate. Like I said, it's spatial manipulation. It's like anything within your territory. Like I said, I combine it with Yu Hakusho and Toho characters because Toho characters have spatial manipulation.
Yeah,
certain ones, and his is very similar to that. And man, if you want to come up, you're welcome to come up too. But the thing is, it's very. It depends on the utility of the user, how well you take the fruit to its utmost limits. That's
Correct.
why I say people who can like the ones who are put in this category that don't really change the body, they just able to emit it from their bodies, which would be the category 2 type. Category 1 was Mr. One and Buggy, those type of characters.
Right.
Mr. 3, shit. I forget her name. Perona has that.
Perona.
Yeah, she controls ghosts. She's not a ghost.
She's not a ghost girl.
Okay,
she can manifest and control ghosts.
They call her a ghost girl, but she is not a ghost girl. She summons ghosts. Like
right.
Yes, that affect emotion and she is regrets like that shit. But yeah, but like I said, that power, like I said, that's what I mean by like there's different types. Think of Hunter x Hunter when you're an emitter and you emit the actual energy from your freaking body.
Right.
And that's what Paramecia category 2 types are.
Right.
Like I said, that's Whitebeard, Quake Man. His body is not made of quakes. Okay?
Yep.
And that would not make any sense. That'd be that vibranium shit. Yo, Wally, brother, if you want to come on, brother, you're welcome to come on up. I'd like to talk to you about this. I'd like to have you on. But but all in all, like, and then we have the special class, special Paramecia, which is Katakuri. There's nobody else in this. There's nobody else in this category.
Can do. Yeah.
He is literally a Mochi Man. He is a Mochi Man. He has properties of a Logia and a Paramecia.
Yeah.
Which is very and let's be real. Let's give credit to the anime too, because when he melts his body down, it looks like he became a Logia. Literally, like he actually controlled it. He turned into a freaking spinning Sonic donut wheel. I love that shit. That's one of my favorite things, bro. You can't tell me that it makes you laugh. And you were hyped when you saw it.
Because it's designed to. It's designed to. The creator wanted it to be silly, wanted it to be funny. So
it's meant to be silly and funny, but it's made to be like, okay, we can take Katakuri seriously, and
right.
that just came with how old he is. He's in his 40s.
Right.
Like the man knows his devil fruit. He's mastered it. He's really mastered his devil fruit. Him and Doflamingo, and Doflamingo would be the emitter type. He would be the category type 2. Yeah. Because his strings come from his hands. He's not made of string himself. He's not. Now he can use it to patch himself up, but he's not healing himself. I need to debunk that crap right now. I've heard many people say that he can heal with strings. He's not healing with strings. He's patching himself.
He's patching himself up. Yeah.
Thank you so much for saying that.
The wound is still there. He's just patching over it.
Right. When Law hit him with Gamma Knife, his organs were damaged. He had to patch his organs back up. They weren't healed. He was doing this the whole time when he was fighting too. Whenever he had time to rest against Luffy and Gear 4th. So
it's more of prolonging the inevitable, like buffing your defense in the middle of the fight, not rehealing your HP.
The best way to describe it for you guys, if you know whenever the Sunny gets damaged and you do like some patchwork on it, that's exactly what it is. Exactly that. Until Frankie comes back and has to take that shit off and actually fix it.
Right.
But those are the stages of the Paramecia class, guys. Like I said, type 1, which is Buggy, Mr. 1, those type, and Miss Doublefinger, those ones. And then you have category 2, which we just described, was Dofi. Like I said, it was Dofi. Who else? Dofi, Law, Whitebeard, and Perona. There's more in that class, but those are the ones we know that can emit it from their bodies. Except it doesn't change their body in type of way. Now Whitebeard can kind of vibrate with the Quake, but he's still using it, but it's not inside his body. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's still an external emittance.
He has to activate it in order to do that. And remember, he creates a sphere out of pure vibrations. He doesn't have to touch anybody. He doesn't have to touch them. He can just make this big ass fucking sphere, not only on his own fist, guys, but on his own weapon too. The Naganishi. Yeah. And he can swing it like a baseball bat. Like have it on there and just swing it and launch it. So and then you have the special class, which is Katakuri, guys. And Katakuri is we think me and Ren think he's the
special class, yeah.
Much. Yeah. And we have a little bit of bias too. Everybody got bias in One Piece. We know that, man. I love Katakuri. Katakuri should be Guts' brother, as far as I'm concerned. But guys, that's it for the Paramecia class. And we're gonna get right. We're gonna get into the Zoans, and Zoans they do have 3 categories too. They do. So you have
natural, mythical, and
no, we have ancient. Ancient.
Ancient.
There's basic Zoan, there's ancient Zoan, and then there's the mythical. And I'm gonna run off these topics to give Mr. Ren a break because I want to let him gather his thoughts and add anything he could add to the class that we're talking about. So you have base Zoans, which are people who turn into animals.
Right.
And the base one is either like, okay, so it's just so funny. I don't know. I don't understand how Chopper, like, we have to really explain that human shit.
The human fruit.
Yeah, the human fruit is a Zoan, which is crazy. Like, how, if that's not an animal, I guess that's if an animal eats a.
I would say humans are animals too. Don't forget about that.
Say what?
Humans are animals too. Don't forget about that.
No. Humans are animals. I get that. Don't reinforce that for me. I know they are. We're the highest form of animals. We're the smartest and most intelligent ones out of all of them. Except maybe cows, because cows down low might be more intelligent than humans. I'm just gonna be real. Man, I'm gonna let you up on a second, brother. Just give me a quick
They know
second.
so much they just don't give a damn anymore.
Don't shake your hands at me.
First of all, how dare you, sir? You talk about. You have a discussion about One Piece without me.
I love you, man. I love you.
The insult of it all. They'll make me wait when I get here.
Yeah, I'll make you wait.
No respect.
No. But all I'm gonna get through the classes. I'll let Metro add anything after me. Metro talk about. That's to have you, brother. But all in all, so like I said, there's Dalton from freaking Drum Island. He turned into he's an ox. He had the ox fruit. So he's full on. And remember, Zoans have multiple transformation schemes without their bodies. This was explained in the very beginning of the series.
Yep.
And Rob Lucci, the GOAT of the base Zoans. He's the GOAT. I think that's, we can all agree on that. No, Rob Lucci is the base of all the. I'm talking about in the categories we're talking about. I'm talking about like just the animal ones, not the ancient ones, not the mythical ones. I'm talking about in base 1, he is the best.
Okay, so X Drake, nothing.
X Drake is like probably number 3.
Oh please! What about page 1? Ulti.
Okay. See, and Mr. Ren, you didn't hear me. I said we're gonna go over each category.
Each category, yeah.
Animals,
but those are just zones.
And then there's the ancient, and then there's mythical. We're gonna go through each and every one so I can explain it to everybody. That way they know.
What's it? Because you just said his name and I already forgot it.
Since I haven't seen Double Fruit.
Which one?
Piece, bro.
Page 1, X Drake.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Dalton. Dalton's the ox. Chopper is Chopper eats the human fruit.
Yep,
which allows him to turn into it's kind of funny, but a human. He's a reindeer who had his human fruit, which is really funny. And then also you have Ren. We also gotta talk about the methods of weapons eating devil fruits. We gotta talk about that shit. They technically
weapons eating devil fruits.
Yeah, which is the weapons who eat devil fruits. Yeah, which is weird. Which is really weird. We gotta talk about that. Because they're actually in this category because only with animals. It ain't with a Logia or with a Paramecia.
Yeah.
Until we see that'd be funny, but it's too late to introduce that now. But all in all, the series we're talking about is One Piece, and I said devil fruits because that's the topic. So like I said, we have the base animals, and I went over just the main base ones, which was Dalton from Drum Island, ox, and then we have Chopper, which is human, and then we have Pell and Chaka, who are a bird and a freaking jackal. Well, he ate model. It's a dog fruit model jackal, And don't forget that model shit is important because there's a whole bunch of different other shit that they got. No, it's cool while they got you. So now we're gonna go. Okay, guys. So now that we got that out, they have multiple transformations, which is, partial. So there's their base, partial transformation, and then full on. No, my bad. Partial, hybrid, and then full on is what they have. That's better. I don't count human. So they have the partial stuff, where they can turn parts of their bodies into the animal, which is very similar to Choji from Naruto, where he partial,
butterfly.
Now, he's not an animal, but I'm talking about partial parts of his body expand. That's what it would be. It turned to different animals.
Oh, like partial expansion.
Partial expansion and shit, like his legs and arms and shit. That's what it would be. Somebody who watches Naruto, and then they have the hybrid where they're part human, part animal, which is a blend between the two. And then they have the full-on animal, the transformation. All Zoans have this.
Yes.
And now the ones that I named, they're kind of basic because they're strength based. So that's why I talked to a lot of people. Nobody wants a fucking regular Zoan. I can understand that because I thought they were trash when they first got introduced. Until I saw Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci made that bitch work. And I never badmouth a Zoan again after I saw Rob Lucci. Except my bad, unless they're Rob Lucci or freaking Jayabor. Those are amazing Zoan users. Now, we're gonna get into our ancient Zoans, and this is where Kaido really shows his shit. Because all in all, we've only seen the first ancient Zoan we were introduced to was X Drake. Now, guys, I think Oda kind of retconned this shit because originally when he first got introduced, he turned into a T-Rex, is what it looked like. He looked like a full-blown T-Rex in the anime and in the manga. Can nobody, if I want to debate me, come at me. Because that's what it first looked like. But then he changed it when we got into Wano. And he's a MMA, and Reinotaku, we want to explain what he is?
He's an Allosaurus.
I would say, I don't.
And the Allosauruses look like T-Rexes.
He looks like,
so that's what the Allosauruses look like T-Rexes. They're just smaller. That's where the confusion came from. Yeah.
But when you first saw him, he looked like a full-blown T-Rex.
I mean, everybody thought he was a T-Rex, but then
I think they did that.
Like, okay, you might be saving T-Rex for someone else.
Well, I don't even think that's what it is. I think that they did that specifically to seem as though it was more it was more direct, like it was more pinpoint and dialed down. He's not just a generic dinosaur. He's specifically this type of dinosaur.
Right. He belongs in Jurassic Park. That's his awakening.
Right.
That'd be dope. If somebody says Jurassic Park is my awakening, that'd be funny as fuck. He just summons all the dinosaurs from the ancient times. That'd be crazy. If Ancient Zoan had that, I might turn into that shit. Maybe.
And Jabra ate the wolf. Jabra's animal is a wolf, not
he's a wolf.
not a
He's
jackal.
A model wolf. He's a base Zoan, but he ate the model wolf. The difference is with those Zoans, they have Rokishi. I mean, those users, they have Rokishi still. My bad, Rokushiki. Not Rokishi. I love saying Rokushiki. That's how you say it, guys. Rokushiki. They have Rokishi skills.
You mean haki? You mean haki?
Well, no. They don't have haki yet, but when we first introduced them,
that's all it is. They've explained that.
Something that can get 10 with them, making them stronger to boost. They use it in conjunction with their Zoan transformations. Rabuchi and Jabor are masters of this.
What are you talking about? You talking about when they go like Tekai and break something?
Tekai
and they Soro and Geppo and they jump around.
Right, where like Jabber
those are basic.
With his claws.
I get what you're saying.
Sanji and shit. Like
what that is when they're doing those are basic skills that all Marines, like upper tier Marines, learn.
Not all Marines know that. Vice Admirals.
That's why he said upper tier. He called it upper tier.
Yeah, upper tier Marine. Yeah, basic Marines. Whatever.
And then it's Vice Admirals. Everybody below.
But the thing, about those skills, they call them Rikishi, but they're just using haki in a different way form, to cause them to do that. Like when they're doing the Shigan with the finger, they're coating their finger in haki to harden it, so that they can poke you really hard or pierce you. Geppo, that's just Skywalk that Sanji does.
I was actually exactly about to talk on that.
Sanji, they've explained this. Jay, you're not going to debate me on One Piece.
It's funny that he brought the Sanji one up because I was actually just about to use that in defense of what he's saying.
Tekai is when they roll his fist, they coat their fist and sometimes their whole body in haki, hardening.
Right.
armament haki.
It could be a variant of haki. I'm not disagreeing with that, but until they fully come out and say it, I'm not.
They
going
have. They've been saying all that.
Was this recently that they said this, or back?
No, they
long
said
time
that
ago.
forever ago.
Okay, the easiest explanation of this is, remember way back when they were getting Robin and they were going to go rescue Robin from CP9, and Luffy fought the dude who was airwalking on the thing, and Luffy's explanation of how he was doing that was he's just moving his feet really, really fast, and it's making it seem like he's teleporting. We know that's not correct. That's not exactly how you do that, but that's how Luffy thought that it was. But
Soru, we're talking about Geppo. What is that?
Geppo.
Geppo is when you're on the air. Soru is when you're moving fast.
When you move fast, Geppo's in the air. Geppo's the air walking. So, but Luffy had his own explanation about how that worked, and it worked for him. Then he started doing it. And he thought that was specific to CP9. He thought that only CP9 could do that, and that's not the case. No. That is just haki manipulation. And Rayleigh explains to you later on, way later after Marineford, he explains to Luffy that there are all kinds of different things that haki manipulation can do, and you have to bear in mind
about the Marine. He gets into that's how the admirals and the vice admirals are able to do certain things that they do. You know what I mean? Right.
It's not like a hidden super secret skill. It's just haki. Once you master haki, you are able. That's why I think he said once you master haki, you're able to fight on par with Devil Fruit users, and that's the whole point of it.
And then here recently, Kaido came out and confirmed that part. He's like, okay, yeah, everyone's having these, people having Devil Fruits. That's fine, but the real king of power is the one who's truly mastered haki. That haki is the real power of the sea.
Yep.
That's Kaido came out and confirmed that recently.
Don't spoil the new two chapters for me, all right?
No, I'm not.
He said don't spoil those chapters.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil the last two chapters. I have, but I mean, I'm not spoiling it for you. Get on it, Jay. You gotta read those. But also, Garp is explaining haki. Really deal was teaching the. Garp has explained haki in certain ways when he was training Kobe and Hellamimpo, and also you have when Rayleigh was teaching Luffy, back to what Mr. Reno Taku was saying. He's like, okay, I'm going to teach you the basics. There's Kinbushu haki, observational haki, Usoshuku haki.
Surprised you know that's
armament haki.
Terms. Okay, go ahead, man. Keep going.
And Haoshuku haki. That's Conquering King's haki. Conquering King's haki, yeah. I always refer to him as that Haoshuku.
Haoshoku,
yeah.
And Kimbushu.
And Kimbushu, yeah. So he said, these are the basics. I'm going to teach you the basics. Now, take the basics and do other stuff with it. And that's when you get Gear 4. That's why Luffy's able to, keep his elasticity while being covered with armament haki and being protected by the armament.
There's actually more to that with Gear 4.
What I'm saying is I'm just giving him an example of that being one way of haki manipulation, because once you harden yourself, you're not supposed to be malleable. Depending on how when Doflamingo kicked him, he did a move called Athlete. Athlito, and then he's Athlito, and then he kicks Luffy in the side, and it bends in. He's like, he's still elastic rubber while he's covered in Usoshuku.
Okay.
It even caught Doflamingo off guard. So this is just an example of there are many different ways to manipulate haki to your benefit.
Before I say this, spoiler territory for everybody in chat. This is what I'm about to say is very heavy spoiler territory. But so you are absolutely right. It's the coating of the body parts and stuff in the haki to harden. They are not supposed to be malleable, and that is correct for everybody in the series except for Luffy, because of his not actually being what it was. It's not actually the Gomu no Mi, because he imagined the ability to still use his stretching and still use his elasticity while hardening himself. That's not.
I know it's not anymore, but you can't say Gomu no more, but it's still
right.
He can say whatever the hell he wants.
No. I'm saying we can't say that now.
Yeah, I mean,
we now know. We now know what it is.
We now know that it's not the Gomu no Mi anymore. It's like, oh, okay, so it's not that. I mean, it's
The
this
Luffy-
fruit now.
by the way,
Okay, got it.
Luffy
That's
can say whatever the hell he could go
Yeah.
fried chicken combo attack and it'll happen. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
As long as it's awakened. As long as
Yeah.
it's awakened.
No, I got you. I got you.
Period. Not. And this is what I was telling people, because a lot of people were talking about how that didn't make sense. Yes, it does. How the whole reveal of Luffy's fruit not being the Gumma Gumma no Mi and being imagination. He could do whatever the hell it is he imagines. And I'm like, yes, it does. And they've been setting up for this since day one. Since very day one.
I was about to say, I was about to add on to that with you. Like Jay, really. Oda has been dropping breadcrumbs. Jay, Oda has been dropping breadcrumbs in that manga. He's been dropping breadcrumbs in that manga. And when he came out with that, I said, okay. When he said that, I've been reading it from day one almost. I was like, okay, all of this stuff that I thought was just crazy and that he just forgot about and threw away. All of that made perfect sense.
Now makes sense. Yep.
All from way back in Romance Dawn, there have been breadcrumbs, dude.
Yep.
Way back then.
Way back.
So for me, my memory, I was like, that, and then this, and then that, and then we used to Sky Island. These things happen. I was like, wait a minute, all that makes sense now.
I got it early on when they explained how paramecias work and how special cases of paramecias work
with
and the limitation, and then the limitations of what a paramecia can do. They did that specifically so you can go, okay, so what the fuck is Luffy?
Right. And then you see Katakuri here. You see Katakuri here breaking those limits. Like, okay, I'm gonna use mine in these other ways too. Like he was creative with his Katakuri.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was using Kimbushu Haki so well that he was actually just when Luffy was doing his Gumma Gumma no Gatling, he would see them before they hit him and just open up that part of his body. So it looked like Luffy's fist is going right through him, like a Logia, but it wasn't. He was dodging. No, still. He was dodging while standing still.
No, we're gonna get back to that in a second. I want to make sure I knock out the categories, and then we'll get right into that extra talk.
Yeah, no problem.
No, it's cool. It's cool to go on that. And guys, like I said, the reason why I invited Metro because he ends up the energy here. So I don't ever regret that shit. Anybody who might think that, I need people with energy on here. If you dead, you gotta get the hell out of here. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
And if you're talking about One Piece, I get excited.
I get excited talking about it. I'm the same way, guys. Like I caught up on all the episodes today. At least the freaking rooftop episodes, and you already know I need to talk about it today anyway. Red Rock, that's all I gotta say. Red Rock and Zoro. Enough said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you haven't seen anything from Zoro yet. If you're not reading the manga, you haven't seen Zoro do anything yet. Zoro is an absolute animal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been saying this. Yeah, I've been saying this for a long time. Like, there are points in this story where Zoro is stronger than Luffy. Where it's obvious.
I don't know if I would say strong.
Yes, there are points. There are. Yes. Well, now, if Luffy stronger. Don't
even say it like it's a surprise. Even back in the old days, it was actually Zoro and Sanji's progress that made Luffy want to get stronger. Like, you gotta remember that.
There are points in the story where Zoro is stronger.
The difference is Luffy is so far above these cats now.
He's not. No, he's not. Especially now. Let's say if Luffy and Zoro fought. Let me explain. If Zoro and Luffy were to fight right now, the only way Luffy wins is if he awakens his fruit. That's the only way Luffy wins. He has to awaken it now to beat Zoro. Base Luffy, Gear 4, it ain't enough.
Luffy's winning that shit. I'm sorry.
No, it ain't enough.
Luffy would win, but it's not for.
I told you that.
Like, so if they fought right now, Luffy would win, but it's not because of the awakening version of his fruit. And this is another thing that needs to be debunked. Luffy's fruit does not have to awaken for him to decide to just do crazy shit. He's been doing it from day one.
With Gear Second and Gear Third, he imagined those. And
from
Gear
the
4.
very first episode,
he didn't imagine that.
First moment, that was explained. He got his fruit.
Yeah.
From the very first moment he got his fruit, he has been imagining things, and they have just been happening. And that's why I said they've been setting this shit up from day one.
Yeah, and that's why people say now. That's why you see people in the manga, like the Gurusei, when they talk about him. Even Smoker back in Logtown said it's as if fate is helping him.
It's helping him exactly.
It's his fate is helping him.
He's
actually making stuff happen.
That's not him.
He's
like,
he's
like,
making
things happen. Yeah.
He's not getting away from Smoker at the beginning of the series. I don't give a damn what his fruit was.
Well, I mean, not in a fight. No.
And lost. That was the first time he encountered a Loki.
And Takashi, I'm telling you.
No. Don't argue with the facts at the beginning of the series.
Zoro and Luffy fought
everybody
today,
knows. Besides,
that would not be an easy fight for Luffy. Huh?
I said everybody knows that besides his brother, who probably would have beat Smoker if he had some hockey, which technically Ace was best stronger than Luffy, Smoker would have caught his ass.
Yeah, we know that. Smoker had him several times.
Twice, actually.
Yeah, Smoker had him several times, dude.
Oh, my bad.
It took him a long time. It took him a long time to get stronger than Smoker.
Even with that imagination, you're saying
he wasn't stronger than Smoker until after the time skip.
Yep.
That's when everything before the time skip, Smoker would clean his clock. You know what I'm saying?
You already know that, but
now a lot of that has to do with experience too. Like Luffy knows now what he needs for certain situations and how to get out. Like he can see the path forward in certain situations, even though his kit is not like set up for him to be able to do certain things. And this is why I said they've been setting this up for Luffy for a very, very long time. From episode 1. Like literally from episode 1, they've been setting up that his fruit's not rubber. Even though they said it, because you got to remember, when the first time Luffy used his fruit, he did not know what it did. In fact, he didn't actually start exerting powers until after Shanks said that the fruit gives you rubber powers. Yeah. That's what made Luffy think that all of his abilities were based around rubber. So he started to do what he thought rubber could do, not what rubber can actually do, what he thought rubber could do.
That's why lightning didn't hurt him.
Yep.
Why isn't that bastard Remy from fucking Bleach? We can just imagine anything he wants to do. Be as strong as Kenpachi and just be on his level.
He wasn't that creative. Because he wasn't that creative. It's that simple.
He just didn't think to do it.
No.
Yeah, he just didn't think to do it.
Or he just not could create it. There's a difference.
He just didn't think to do it.
If he had to do it, he could just create that shit.
And I just don't think that Luffy has been really used his powers
to the best of his ability.
If he's a genius, he can just do whatever he wants with it.
No, Luffy's not a genius. He's just creative.
He
thinks outside the box. Genius.
Outside. That's it right there. Outside, and that's what I keep telling. That's what I keep telling everybody. Like Luffy is a lot smarter than we would perceive him, but he's in no way, shape, or form a genius. He's an outside of the box thinker. His knowledge comes in ways that we wouldn't expect. We see the correct way forward. He sees a whole nother way that'll help him get there. It's and with him having the ability to literally make whatever he wants to happen, that puts that on a whole nother scale. That opens up a whole nother scale of power. Now, prior to new story plots, he didn't know that was his power. He didn't know that was his ability, so he didn't know how to lean into that. He was leaning into the fact that he thought that his power was rubber. So he was leaning into what he thought rubber could do and the properties that he thought rubber would have. If you look at what rubber actually could do, he should not have been that strong. He should not have been remotely that strong.
He's the main character. He can be as strong as the creator wants him to be.
Right, and that's why they wouldn't.
They do that in every. No, man, don't make that face. They do it in every shonen.
They do it in every shonen, just like.
Don't at me with that.
Right. Just like okay, we'll use that. Okay, Asta from Black Clover. Asta from Black Clover. His ability is to nullify. No. His magic's ability, which is the sword's ability, is to nullify all magic.
My bad, his sword.
He has a demon inside of him that basically makes magic useless against him.
Right.
In a world that runs on magic. That's MC plot armor. That's not
right.
That's
and
not
also
you should be able to wreck.
Since you started without me, J. Takashi, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Strongest paramecia, in my opinion, of course, is the one that Big Mom has. Mm-hmm.
She's type 2. She's in a type 2 category.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever. But you're not. But that paramecia, give me that. Okay, I can live forever, just taking people's souls, and I can bring anything to life, and take the soul back. Yeah,
hers,
I'll take that.
Hers is the most. I would say hers is. I mean, say what you will about Whitebeards or Laws, and I love Laws. I think Laws is the most creative. But until I saw Big Mom, I'm like, no, I think that just shits on it because the way No. Here's why.
You see Big Mom, you're like, I'm the Big Mom, you're shits on everybody.
I'm the biggest Law fanboy right now, and the biggest Kyle Curry fanboy. So don't get.
Yeah, but it's a stamina hog.
But it's like for example, like she's able to put her own soul into things or take souls from people and create living things with that.
And add that soul lifespan to her.
The clouds, the freaking fire, lightning, if she wanted to. It's stupid. Like, it's actually a stupid fruit. And not to mention, no. Here's another thing. In order for her to take her soul, you have to be afraid of her. If you're not afraid, like Batman, it ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah,
you can still kill him.
Then I can just point a gun at you.
I know it's a cheat code. That's why I said Batman. Batman's not afraid of anything.
Right. But if I just go to like a Dollar General and point a gun at people, they're gonna be afraid.
Yep, you're gonna get everybody's soul in that store.
Right, I just take everybody's soul in the whole store. So if I run up against someone like, say, you have a power,
yes, of course, but
and let's say you're really strong, right?
Yeah, if it's like,
and I run up against you, you have to kill me like as many times as there are people in that store, plus me, plus one, which is me. So that's 23 people in there. You got to kill me 23 times. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
But I know you say that.
After time, and if they didn't know what was going on. After time number 2, now they're scared. They don't know what's happening. Boom, that's another soul you just got.
Yeah, you're done, dude. Like, that is a big cheat code she has.
It's a cheat code. I mean, it's a cheat code of the devil fruit. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a big cheat code. And not to mention,
the Hunger Pains pretty much just is a.
No, that's not her. That's not the devil fruit. That's not the devil fruit.
No. I'm talking about her condition on top of.
That's a mental illness of hers.
Tactic for her is what I'm saying. Because nobody can stop her, and they're afraid of her in that state. So it makes it very easy for her to take people's souls when they're panicking in fear. They don't have to be. They can just be afraid in general, and then they'll just that's how it works. But it's distinctly said afraid of her. So I think she can cheat that shit personally. All you do is be running from her, and then like even though you're not afraid of her, you're just afraid of getting hurt. You can just take that shit. It doesn't matter. But the only thing that's really trash is that she should have killed her son. It's Moscato. She didn't take the whole thing. That bastard should have been dead. That's the one thing I do not like. Because I should have killed that dude. But
fair enough.
But no, I'm talking about Moscato. I'm talking about the first guy that was in front of her. And when we first introduced her, and she's like taking his soul. She literally got that bastard. She grabbed it, and literally like you thought he was dead. Like his eyes went on. He went on wide-eyed, and he looked like he was dead. But all in all, her she's probably, I would say, her and Whitebeard and Laws and Kumas are probably the most four most hacks fruits I've seen, and she belongs in the top 3, top 5 type powerful fruits, like really easy for a Paramecia class. I would definitely say that. But we're gonna finish out with the ancient ones, and then we'll get into mythicals in a second. So ancient zones are ones you can turn into any type of dinosaurs. King
or
Queen,
ancient animal.
Drake. When we got the freaking gifters who are now granted, those are smile devil fruits.
Those are artificial fruits. But the natural ones are let's see, Drake, Jack,
supplied by Caesar Crown through Dofi. His factory, which why we had the whole arc with Dressrosa anyway.
And Dr. Vegapunk was the only one to make a successful one.
Which is
Momonosuke. Yeah, that's the only one that's successful.
He's an artificial dragon, and now he's actually getting some shine now. Now that it's my girl Shinobu. Yeah, I forget her name. Yeah, Shinobu, where she actually has a devil fruit. I forget her devil fruit, guys. Don't remind me. Where she can not age you up, but like speed up something. She does something, or she transforms you, I believe.
You talking about the ninja?
The ninja one.
No, she can age things and de-age things.
Yeah, okay,
she used her power to age up Momonosuke to the age he should have been at that time had he lived a natural life, instead of being sent forward in time. She can age things and de-age things.
Ren, nice background, by the way, man. That's your house?
Right. Your ancient zones are Drake with the Allosaurus, Jack with the mammoth,
Jack was the mammoth, which is the only elephant. I'll go back to that later, but that's not the only elephant. But that's the ancient mammoth.
It's a mammoth. Yeah, page one, which is the Spinosaurus.
And guys, he's a fishman who actually. So he's a fishman with a double fusion. And he actually can't die.
Yeah.
Technically,
in the water,
okay,
he can't.
Die by the means of the sea. Let me correct myself.
Yeah.
Means of the sea.
Right.
Because that's the biggest witness of all Delphrusers. They can't swim. Which is a
King, which is the Pteranodon. Queen, which is
King was a Pteranodon. You know, Pink Ranger Zord. Think of it like that, y'all.
Yeah.
Or Rodan, if that helps better. Rodan.
And Queen.
Yo, I would want a Rodan, dead ass.
Yeah, Queen, which I don't like Queen.
Nobody like. I can't say nobody likes Queen, but
I don't like Queen.
Queen bullshit too much. That's my problem with him.
Ulti.
I love Ulti.
Sasaki. Black Maria.
You said page 1, right?
Huh? I said page 1 already. Yeah, page 1. Black Maria and Who's Who is a saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah, he's a saber-tooth tiger. Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, those are like the best like ancient zones we've all seen, which made of Kaido's army, which I did like.
We hadn't seen the T-Rex yet.
We got more ancient ones because the zone ones. I'll be honest, zones were getting shit on for the longest, and then the ancients came in, and then we got some mythical ones. Now, guys, we're gonna get into the. Oh yeah, by the way, before we get to the mythical ones, they have the dinosaurs are durable as shit. Their durability is stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid durability. It's real stupid, real durable as hell. What it took for Zoro and Sanji to actually do what they do to actually cut these motherfuckers takes a lot of power, like a lot of strength to like just to bypass that defense, innate durability that they have. Because I'll give Kaido this. At least he gave the motherfuckers he got on the team got some durable ass dinosaur shits. But yo, Mr. Rintucky, he'll be right back. So we're gonna get into the mythical zones. Yeah, Emmanuel, you're welcome to take it off of here. You
take mythical zones
and save Luffy for last.
Yeah, Marco, Sengoku. Yeah, Marco the Phoenix, Sengoku the Buddha. We have Kaido, Orochi.
His is the trashiest one to me.
We've got who else? Yamato. Yamato's a mythical zone.
She's a mythical zone. Yeah, that's confirmed.
Onimaru, the guy who was on the bridge. But you know what I'm saying? The guy
I forgot about Onimaru.
Yeah,
you forgot about
with the spear.
I forgot all about Onimaru.
He kept trying to fight Zoro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. With the spear. Karina Devon, the QB. She has a QB.
Oh, you're talking about?
Give me 1 second. Be right back.
Yeah, Karina Devon. Yeah.
She actually has the 9 tails, which is not shit. So yeah, the mythical zone, the fox fruit. Yeah.
Who else got one?
She's gonna be really OP when we see her. That's simply just turn into somebody or make an illusion. Because remember, Nine Tails or Kitsunes have different abilities. And
who else got one?
With that ability that she has, she probably have 9 powers based on her tails.
Probably.
That was gonna be some busted shit.
And we got Monkey D. Luffy.
You said Sengoku. Who else did we forget?
All right, I'm back.
No, I'm trying to think if I forgot. I mean, I said Marco the Phoenix.
You said Marco.
Sengoku the Buddha. Kaido the Dragon. Orochi.
Orochi.
Karina Devon.
We're talking about ancients or mythicals.
We're doing mythicals right now.
Luffy.
Yeah, I said Luffy. Yeah. Onimaru and Yamato. I like hers too. I like.
So we got guys, we got totally like 8 almost getting close to the Lugia number, almost. And we got more, and guys, with the mythical ones, Mr. Manager, like I said, I'm gonna let you take it from here. Explain what the mythical zone is to them.
Mythical zones are or creatures of mythology. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get one for being a leprechaun. You know, I don't know what kind of powers you have because of that, but
you'd be filthy fucking rich. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, exactly. Thinking about that, not a bad idea.
That is not bad.
Or like, for instance, Kaido is a mythical zone, and he's a dragon, serpentine dragon. You know what I mean? Sengoku is a Buddha, a big golden Buddha. Like the one behind me.
He can change his size too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the one behind me, and weight. His size and weight. Marco is Marco. He turns into a phoenix. He has properties of a Logia. He has properties of a Logia
and a Zoan.
Go through him, He's a zone. It makes him because he's a phoenix, a bird. That makes him a zone, and he can heal
infinite
any
regeneration,
wound.
guys.
Yeah, instant regeneration. He can heal any wound.
Well, okay. I hate to say that because he has regeneration. The thing is, we don't know if it's infinite, but in SBS where Oda answers questions, and I hate things that aren't part of the manga. He said, Marco can regenerate from all attacks at will, and we don't know if there's a limitation on it, but based on that, he made it imply that there is like no limitation on his healing. But remember, his fruit, he has no offensive capabilities. That was stated.
Well, yeah, he can scratch with the nails, with his claws.
He can scratch with talons, but that's
talons, yeah. And he can peck with the beak.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like outside of it doesn't have any special offensive properties, is what they mean.
Exactly. And his flames are for healing. They're not for
like when people are infected with it.
They've never damaged anybody.
Right. The ones like the people who are infected with those cold rounds.
Still a cool ass fruit.
His flames were healing those people and stopping the disease.
And he heals too, by the way. So not just others, but he heals himself, which is really good. Not to mention the color is blue, and I'm really biased because I love when it first got animated. I'm like, bro,
that shit looks gorgeous.
Because all the mythical ones are the ones you really want to eat. To be honest, those are the ones you really want to eat because they have a lot of special shit to them, and they're more powerful. Their power set is a little bit higher than the base Zoans in that regards. Some of the ancient ones, even then. And guys, I did finally see an episode that was finally animated where fucking Marco got through fucking King and Queen. And it's like, bro, it pays to be a Phoenix in some regards. And that's actually another reason why he is in my top 30, top 20 because of that fruit he has. Okay. Because he's really had it for a long time and he's mastered his fruit. We don't know what his awakening would be. I would be more curious to see what that happens. He probably can come back from the dead. I would say that.
Probably because that's the property of the Phoenix is rebirth.
The Phoenix that they come back from the ashes, they were born, they never died. Now if you can come back from that, you would want that bastard's fruit, really dead ass. But so let's get into the best Paramecia the best mythical zone out of all these cats. Monkey D. Luffy's the Nika fruit.
Yep.
Now I'm not gonna set it off.
Is it Nika or is it Hito?
It's a Hito no Mi, not a model
Nika. Hito. Hito no Mi.
Yeah, model Nika. That's what I thought.
Model Nika. So my bad, guys. Model Nika. Hito. Thanks for correcting.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's the best one.
What?
Oh, it is. It is the best.
Look,
It depends on the user.
Okay.
It depends on who's using it.
My thing is this. Think of some mythical creatures like Son Goku. You know what I'm saying? My man right here.
Thought that was gonna be his awakening.
My man right here. My man right here.
Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong. Yeah. I'd like to have that one. This guy lives for look. I get all them powers and shit, all the kung fu and whatnot, and I get to live forever.
I know why.
And I get to live forever. Yeah,
well, and you also get the staff that can reach the heavens. But at the same time,
and I can ride on clouds and shit.
At the same time, okay, this is why I said this is the most plot. Like, Luffy became a real NC when they awakened his fruit and explained what it does. All Luffy has to do is figure out how that works. That's all he has to do. If you figure out how, and he doesn't even have to be correct. He does not have to be correct. It just has to work. As long as it works for him, he could mimic that power immediately. Or he could create a power that would beat it.
He's a Toon Force god at this point to me.
Yeah, he's literally Animaniacs. That's what the fuck he is. He's Animaniacs.
You know what I thought of as I was watching it?
When he put up the road and just made it rubber? I thought of the mask. That's what I thought.
The mask. Yep, the mask. There you go.
Exactly, bro. That's exactly what I thought.
The mask.
I thought of the mask. I was like, oh, so he's Jim Carrey now.
Yeah, essentially. Essentially.
Because remember he got thrown off of the roof. And then he starts turning around running in air, and then he ran right back on the roof. I was like, yo, stop playing. Grabs lightning, starts spinning around with it, you know what I'm saying? Use Kaido's body as a jump rope.
That's a jump rope. Yeah, that's some cartoon shit, bro.
Some
cartoon shit. That's Toon Force shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I keep telling people you gotta go back through One Piece. I know there's a lot of it, but you gotta go back. Look at some of the stupid shit that Luffy has done that worked, and then go back to the episode where they explain what his fruit is, and then it'll click. You'll be like, oh goddamn, that's dumb. That's stupid as fuck. Like, do you not UFO? You not remember UFO? Everybody remembers UFO.
Which was silly.
Rubber don't do that.
Right there.
Rubber does not do that. Like, first of all, he wouldn't be
insulated to lightning in the
he wouldn't be able to twist himself to the point where he could spin that long to the point that he could fly. First of all, second of all, he wouldn't be able to move his body at the velocity that it would need to be for him to be able to levitate off of that spinning.
Like, no UFO?
No UFO, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, you gotta look back at that shit, the stupid shit, the silly shit, the weird shit, the him breathing in air and getting super duper duper big, and that being enough to give him momentum to launch a high-powered Mach 7 Gatling.
Oh, you're talking about Crocodile when he did the fucking storm?
Like,
when he flew in the air and twisted that shit? Listen.
The first time he did Gomu Gomu no Axe, where he brought that shit all the fucking way out of Arlong's fucking thing, and smashed that shit down onto Arlong, and that was strong enough to crumble the entire building.
But the thing is, I tell people, there has to be a lot of physical strength. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that strong. At least when we first got,
the fruit is as strong or as weak as he needs it to be in that moment. That's it, because there are times where Firehawk has done feats that it should not. Like Firehawk, you gotta remember, and this is the other thing too, because Dragon Ball Z does this shit a lot too. They do this a lot, but Dragon Ball Z, they explain that shit early on, what like the different levels of ki fluctuation. If you put more ki into it, it gets stronger. Period. That's Dragon Ball Z's logic to that. Yeah. Fucking One Piece does not have that. You just do it. It's one move. You do the move. It hits like this, and that's done. So how is it that Firehawk can have 4 different tiers of power? Same move, 4 different tiers of power.
Yeah.
How could a move, baby? How could a move that he used to hit a human in the face and not kill him, punch a dragon out of the sky? Same move. No different name, no different title, no nothing. Same move. Hit a person in the face, didn't kill him, but punched a dragon out of the sky.
Are you talking about Luffy?
I'm talking about Luffy. I'm talking about Firehawk.
Did you see how big the fist was?
Doesn't matter.
I'm talking about that last punch. You see how big that fist was?
He combined it with elephant Gatling and then armamentarium armor. Yeah, but still.
And it was as big as Onigashima.
But still, he hit what was the one he did? He did elephant Gatling.
And he also did the Haki, the Rio. He also did Rio when he did the.
Nobody brings up elephant gun Thor.
Elephant gun Thor. There it is. That's what it was.
That one. Nobody brings up that one when he fought Don Chinjao.
Yeah.
Like, wait, Thor.
No one cares about Don Chinjao.
It's impossible.
No one cares about him, but the move is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Imagine is the best because it's. And guys, as much as I might dislike it, it is what it is. Older, like I said, it's older story.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not saying that Luffy's fruit is the best because I like that. I actually strongly dislike that, and I wish that they.
You dislike it? I didn't know.
I dislike it. I dislike the fact that his fruit does what it does. But it's interesting. It's interesting to me how they did it, but I don't like that it's a thing. The reason it's interesting is because it's going to force the audience and it's going to force the anime community specifically to think in a way that they never thought before. Okay, up until this point, Luffy has been rubber. He has been the rubber man. Okay, this is the thing. He can do this. What happens when rubber is no longer the baseline of his moves?
There you go.
Luffy can do that.
You say that, but you say that, but I still say the mythical zone, if I had to choose one, would be Sun Wukong.
if we ever get that fruit.
Okay.
And everybody, like I said, we
if I had to choose one, and I'll tell you what.
I think Oda will do it. See, here's the thing. Oda actually.
Well, they're gonna do that anyway because they hold Sun Wukong above most of the other gods. Neza and Sun Wukong, they hold them above most of the other gods in terms of power, like physical fighting power.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I had a Logia to choose, hands down.
We're gonna get to that one.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll get to that. Which one we would choose for ourselves? Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely. But we're gonna talk to you. Tell me why you don't like it.
Why I don't like Luffy's fruit is I don't like them going the way they did with it because now it takes away the intensity of any fight Luffy gets into from this point on. Like entirely.
Beat them now?
It's not just because he could beat them. It's because it'll be entertaining, but the stakes are gone. The stakes are entirely gone.
No,
they're gone.
In the last chapter, Oda dropped the bomb. Remember, what Kaido? One of the last things Kaido said to him, he told him okay, there are people with super powerful basic combat skills mixed with super powerful devil fruits. But the king of all power is Haki.
Yeah.
Now, Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit, but
right. He just uses
a master of. There you go. Now,
Shanks, Garp, and Ray, they're the ones we know that use.
Yeah, Garp doesn't use Haki. It doesn't have a devil fruit.
Now, granted,
y'all forget about the major
Roger didn't have a devil fruit. That's confirmed. Roger conquered the world with no devil. It's confirmed.
He didn't have a devil fruit,
and he conquered the world with it. That's confirmed.
That was stated in the time skip when we first got introduced. You don't need a devil. We thought you need a devil fruit in order to contend. You don't. All you need to have is OP god level Haki. Yeah. I'm gonna say god level because the reason why is if you want to go 10 toes with a freaking Yonko, you have to be somewhere around. If you let's say if you were to start around somewhere around Sabo's level. Which I think Sabo was the best one to get introduced to because Sabo was doing shit that Luffy couldn't do. The whole Ryu shit, he did that before Luffy ever got to it. The whole Ryu Ibuki, that's what that is. That's him putting his freaking Haki into the ground and shooting it like a beam, like a dragon's breath. That's why he calls it that. And not to mention, if you learn that from Dragon, then Dragon knows that. And by the way, I am a believer that the man has a double fruit with Haki. He's probably mastered both. That's probably tier.
I think it's devil fruit is one of weather.
There's no way he has Haki and he doesn't have a devil fruit. I refuse to believe that bullshit.
Yeah, because we've seen him use his devil fruit several times. He saved Luffy.
Well, we've seen him twice with wind.
We said he saved Luffy with it when he struck Buggy with lightning, and he saw him.
That we don't know.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do know that. We know that.
We know that.
Yes, we know that for a fact. He made the way to come and struck Buggy with lightning, saving Luffy. Then Smoker caught Luffy. He made a big gust of wind come and blow Smoker and Luffy away from each other, and blow the defense batteries, those cannons, with the wind. And then when he saved those people over there in Great Terminal, and invited them to come on to his ship. Those of you who want to fight for freedom, come aboard. And they say, yeah, and they go over there because he used the wind for that. Yeah, I think it's a Paramecia that controls weather.
No. Yeah, I was going to say that. I want this on record from both of y'all right now. I want this on record. Storm fruit or Logia win fruit? What do you got?
Storm.
Or
it's something that controls weather. I don't think it's Logia.
I don't care what he has personally because I stopped giving a damn. Because like Oda's been dick teasing it too long, and I don't give it two damn fucks. I just
I don't fucking care anymore. It's beyond me.
Listen,
it's beyond me. I don't give a fuck no more.
It's the same thing with Shanks. I don't care because you've held back this character too much for me to like really care anymore. So
I don't know about that. I still get excited every time I see Shanks.
No.
Every time I hear that man's name, I don't know.
I need to see him in a fight, and that's all I really give a damn about. Or
see, I don't like that. I don't like that mentality.
I know you don't like it.
I don't like that.
Be real, man. Characters who don't do anything. Now Shanks has been doing something, but like Dragon, I'm off the Dragon.
Look, I don't give a fuck
about Dragon anymore. I don't
give a fuck how little I've seen you in the anime. To walk into a room and stop a war I don't need to see you too much, dog. I don't even think I want to, for real. I want to keep the image I have of you just like that. So we've seen Shanks as much as we need to see Shanks, because that leaves me as a viewer, as a consumer of this entertainment, that keeps in my mind that that's a bad motherfucker. That you
and also,
want to fuck with.
And let's not forget, he walked into the office of the Gurusei, had an audience with them, and walked out.
Like that
because they know of him, and because he's only one of the Yonko that you actually can talk to.
Doesn't matter.
You can't
doesn't
talk
matter, dude. Doesn't matter.
No. Don't matter. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that he's the only one that you could talk to, because Whitebeard was a very talk-toable Yonko too, and he never did that.
To
shit.
Other pirates, he didn't really care what the Navy had to say. There's a difference with him.
And they can still talk to him.
Whitebeard is a protector. He's a father. He has a family.
Yeah, I get that. But he wasn't. He's not going to strike you down upon being in his presence.
For them, because he cared about them. Because he just found them annoying.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like before that fight even happened, he stood on the ship talking to Son Goku.
Yeah, but that's war exchange. That's war exchange. I'm talking about like actually talking with, trying to make a deal with something, or actually trying to have a full-on conversation with somebody.
They did.
Quips are like just quips is what they are.
You forget. You forget the whole reason that they took Ace. The whole reason that the Navy took Ace was to draw out Whitebeard, because they had an agreement that as long as they don't fuck with each other, then it will be no issue.
No. But they fuck with him by taking his son, and they shouldn't have done that. But they thought they were. Okay, we're going way off track. PC guys, like I said, when we talk about One Piece, guys, we go. I'm glad. And guys, like I said, none of us.
One Piece has too many layers.
We love this. We love this, man. Hear me? I live for this shit. All right.
Hey, One Piece is one of those animes that has so many different layers to it. You got to talk about all of it.
Exactly, bro. We can talk about this for 6 hours, maybe longer than that. Maybe after maybe a month. And until it finally wears off.
Right.
but the thing is, for me, it's just like out of before we get, because guys, we're gonna get into the last classification, and then we're gonna go
the Logias. Yep.
But
we haven't gotten to the Logias yet.
No, we're gonna get to them right now. And then
we still. Yeah.
Bro, I told you when we get on One Piece, bro. One Piece is just like the most talked about shit. Like I said, it's the most.
It's because of the layers. It's because of the layers. You can't talk about any one thing in One Piece without mentioning other things. Without mentioning several other. Yeah, because it's the layers.
It's
just so many layers.
Impossible. I can't talk about Saba without mentioning Dragon or Koala or freaking the other revolutionary people. And we will talk about them because they don't get enough love and shine.
FYI, that's called good writing.
No, I said they don't get enough shine because people shitted on them.
Yeah,
they got revealed, but me, I don't. Maybe one character I ain't gonna shit on them, but I think they're okay, not bad.
But yes, the reason we went on this tangent was because of Manjo's statement of mastering Haki is more prevalent than mastering than having a devil fruit power, and I agree with you. I do agree with you. However, I do believe, and there's evidence to support this. I do believe that if Luffy came up into a situation where someone would quote unquote shut down a devil fruit using Haki, he would imagine a fucking way to make his devil fruit or combine his Haki and his devil fruit to make him at least able to sustain in that fight, at least able to hold his own in that fight. He wouldn't get smashed. I don't even think he would lose. It would be hard as fuck for him, and he would start off getting his ass whooped. But as soon as he starts to understand what was going on and why he was losing, he would imagine a way to correct that, as he's done thus far.
Here's the great equalizer for Luffy.
All right, guys, here we go.
Blackbeard.
You said One Piece, Naruto, Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, Fullmetal Alchemist, Death Note, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Seven Deadly Sins, Sailor Moon. Now, see how quick I got past that, yo?
Yeah. And here's the great equalizer for Luffy. This is why his Haki, he's learning different forms of Haki and stuff. His great equalizer is going to be Blackbeard.
Yeah, the ability to steal that fruit.
By end of series, it should be. I definitely think he might surpass the greats in a sense. Either he'll be on their tier or he'll surpass them.
here's the thing, Blackbeard,
because Whitebeard and
Luffy's
Roger are
haki,
probably the best hockey users we've seen, and so
but-
and let's be real, him.
Luffy.
I think he's getting to that tier because he did what Whitebeard and Roger did on that last episode that we saw everybody, which is the famous episode where we get to see their last battle against each other, where Roger's crew versus Whitebeard's crew, and my man Whitebeard came from the skies, hit his freaking Naganishi against Roger's sword, and their blades never touched. That was the haki that they admitted, clashing, literally, casually, and it messed up the entire island they were on. Shockwave.
All the wild animals are running from them.
So yes, it has your haki. To me, if it's on that level of tier of a Yonko or those two, then yes, you don't need a devil fruit. You don't need a devil fruit.
Right. Well, Luffy and Kaido actually split the sky when they conquered.
They split the sky. They did what Shanks and Whitebeard did in the very beginning, which we saw, by the way, which is one of my favorite episodes.
And what I found interesting
talks to Whitebeard,
and what I found interesting is that Luffy's
and not to mention he was old and sick and he still did it. Don't forget that, guys. That was impressive. That's why I love Whitebeard so much. This man is
Whitebeard goated, hands down, no question.
And when he said, like, dude, I'm freaking Whitebeard, dude.
Have you noticed in this while watching this series and reading it, that Luffy's haki from time to time, before he learned it, before the time skip, it would seep out, like he used it unconsciously. There's one time when they were impaled down, he sucks Blackbeard in the face, and Blackbeard's like, Jesus. His haki, and he says it. His haki's got stronger too.
That's so weird to me because I want.
Wait, what?
How do you?
You know what I mean? You're like, wait. You go back and read that now. You're like, wait, what? And I would look for the episode in the anime.
But you can spit
I watched
it. Power.
Right, I watched it, and he says it in the anime too. His haki has gotten stronger too. But at that time, we didn't know what he was talking about.
You know what he's talking about, right?
But
I hope Blackbeard.
Oda's been leaving breadcrumbs this whole time to all of it.
And that's what I've been saying, man. Like there's been, it's not like this is entirely new. There has been clues and points leading up to this.
Oh yeah,
definitely. And guys, we're gonna get to the last category, and then we're gonna go in, and then we're gonna go.
Give me 1 quick second. I'll be
okay. We'll wait for Mr. Renotaku to come back, guys. Marcus, you said One Punch Man. One Punch Man is good, man. Who will win this battle? Captain America versus Iron Man. I got Captain America. Technically, Iron Man should be able to beat him. I've always said anybody with high tech should beat him, but we know that's comic book shit. But I got Captain America. He's technically the Batman slash Black Panther, so he's got to knock his ass out. Guys, if you're enjoying this conversation, be sure to leave a like, comment, and also be sure to subscribe to this channel. So, get others over here. Check out our content what we got over here.
Hell yeah.
Because my man Mr. Renotaku, he streams here on Twitch. He's a freaking gamer. He's more hardcore than I am in gaming, guys. I'll admit to that. First of all, both my brothers are, so I'll just admit that off the key. Both him and our other brother are really great at gaming. They're more hardcore than I am. I can only do like 2 to 3 hours, dude. After that, I'm done. That's just how I am. If it's a brand new game, like a Sonic game, I'll probably be on that shit like as much as they are. And then after that, and then once the high's gone, I'm done. So yeah. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get into the Logia class, and then after that, we're gonna go to the next topic.
All right.
Logia.
Okay, so all right, guys. I'm gonna set this up one because I really love this. I really love this class. And guys, there is no categories of this. It is.
Yeah, just Logia. Yeah, Logias just are what they are.
So Logias are literally classified as the most powerful. In the beginning of the series, they're classified as the most powerful.
100%.
And they were really rare to get. So they become the people who actually eat the Logia type fruits. They create and can control the element that they inhabit, that inhabits their body. So Smoker, he was the first Logia that got introduced, and he was literally a man made of smoke. He could become, create, and control smoke.
Also, correction. There's one subclass of Logia. There's a special Logia. So far, all we know of is one. Yeah, there's a special Logia. Yami no Mi.
Okay.
The one that Blackbeard has. It's a special Logia.
He's still a Logia, but I know. We'll talk about him in a second, guys, because it's a trade-off with that fruit for a reason.
And there's several things.
But yes, we have So we have Smoker, we have Ace, which is a guy made of fire, can control it, come create it. Then we have my man Aokiji, my man Kuzan, the blue pheasant, who is the Iceman, who literally creates and can control ice. And not to mention, if you watch the episode Aokiji versus Luffy punched him into like little bits. I'm talking about like little ice. I'm not gonna say like little ice baby, like tiny ass
ice cubes,
like frost, like frost shards. And the bastard came back. I had never seen Ice do that before. That's why I knew he was the most powerful ice user. I was like, dude, you're busted. So right. you have Aokiji, and now we have my man, the devil fruit that I ever want in Logia. The user of the Pika no Mi, Kizaru, Kaizo Admiral Kizaru. Yo, man, you gotta say it like how Apu said it. Kaizo Admiral Kizaru.
Kaigun Taisho Kizaru.
Everybody. Apu is the freaking killer bee of the series. I don't know what he is.
Yo.
He's the only one that raps. Oh man, Scratchman Apu.
Tatakayo music scratch.
Yeah, scratch.
And he hits his head.
Here we go.
Here we go. Boing.
Yeah, I love that. I'm sorry,
yeah,
that's my favorite episode where Kizaru comes in. That's my favorite introduction episode.
Like I said,
he's just looking up like, what is this idiot doing? He's playing music. And guys, he's a light man. He can become light. He can control light, and not to mention, reflect his light off the freaking buildings.
There's one correction in your description of Logias that I do want to say, and it's not that they emit that element. They can't create it out of thin air. They emit it from themselves.
It's literally from the
what? Enel did it.
Who?
What?
Enel did it. Created lightning out of thin air, just out of nowhere. He didn't emit it. He made it come out of the sky.
Ineru, no.
Yeah, when he did El Thor.
Okay.
Boom.
Well, Ineru didn't. Okay, with the way lightning works, he made himself a conduit and called down natural lightning and combined that with his own lightning in order to make that seem godly. It wasn't, and it was because of the way that he perceived himself. It wasn't him doing nothing and then calling down lightning. He turned his body into a conduit. He is lightning. Lightning attracts lightning. That's science. He turned his body into a conduit to call down a lightning strike
and directed it somewhere.
And directed it towards where he wanted to go. So he was able. And it's the same thing with like Ace. If a building was on fire, Ace would be able to absorb that fire by sending his fire to that fire and then just calling it back. And he would be able to do that because he emits it from himself. And then when it mixes with the natural element, he can just bring that shit right on back. But he can't just go building fire and set a building 10 yards away from him on fire. It has to come from him. There has to be some way for it to get from him to the object.
Like it can't appear out of thin air is what he's saying.
Right, but it's still an emittance. The Logias have the ability to emit it. They emit whatever it is, whatever the hell it is that they are.
Or in Enel's case, if it's just out there, he can
he can recall it.
If it's a lightning storm going on, he can control
it. He can like I said, he can turn, because of how lightning works, he can be the conduit and then he can just call all that shit down.
Very similar to Suzaku from Yu Hakusho, where he's a conduit for lightning,
which is what makes Kizaru's specific Logia so fucking dangerous. Extremely dangerous.
Yeah. And I said this: if we actually give science what it's supposed to do in the One Piece world,
Kizaru could technically take everyone's. Not kill everybody. Not. I mean, he could. He could
if he kicked him hard enough. Yes.
Even more detrimental than that, Kizaru can completely take away your ability to see. Period.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
everyone's ability to see. He could completely take that away.
On this case, because he could actually make you blind if he wanted to, like literally. He did it.
It wouldn't be blind. It wouldn't be blindness. It wouldn't be blindness. It would be because you what allows us to see is color reflecting off of light and into our retinas in order for us to see. Kizaru can take the light out of that equation and just completely fuck your ability to see entirely.
Yeah.
So if he mastered his fruit to a point, he can do that. That's the dangerous part of Logias. That's why they are considered to be the most powerful. Has anyone gotten to that point? I don't think so. I don't think we have a Logia who has mastered their fruit to that level, to a molecular level.
To me, I consider the masters in this case. If you're able, like Crocodile, Kizaru, like most of the I would say the admirals, and I'm gonna say Crocodile, because Crocodile was able to get his head cut off from Dofi, and even though he wasn't paying attention. It's like it seems to be this thing that these people who highly master the Logia fruits can't get hit. They can be hit by being surprised attacked.
Yeah,
they can't be hit when they're in their element base. That was stated, and and guys, I am going off what has been shown and what's been said in the series. Until that gets debunked, I still go with that. Unless, like I said, that's why my brother.
Well, Hockey too. Hockey can punch through a Logia's mittens.
So what?
Yeah, Hockey too. Hockey can punch.
Out, yeah.
Hockey's the only thing
it can punch through a Logia's mittens.
I was gonna say that too, guys. Like I said, I tell you about it here. Don't take me for an idiot. I do know Hockey bypasses the ability for Logias who are intangible, and that's how you can get bypass their ability. Now, granted, somebody say counteract. I don't know how you counteract lightning or light, because that doesn't work that way. Because to me, like I said, you cannot age air, you cannot age light, and Kizaru, they'll wreck the fuck out of you.
Technically you can.
You cannot age lightning. That's not possible. How do you age lightning? Tell me.
Just because lightning is fast doesn't mean that it doesn't go through time. You can age lightning. You can age anything. Everything.
I've actually done research on that. Funny enough, the fastest I've seen for lightning is freaking 224,000 miles per hour. Now it can go into the million speeds, like /billions. I'm talking about the faster it can. If it goes in atmospheric conditions, I know what you mean.
That speaks to how fast it is. It doesn't speak to how old it is. Once something comes into
ability is clashing with another one. Like let's say Bargon try to do his age shit against freaking Enel's lightning. That couldn't stop.
He'd have to catch him. To catch him. But everything that comes into existence is affected by time until it no longer exists. So if it's here. If it's, say, lightning is fast enough to blink by you in 4 milliseconds, well, for 4 milliseconds, it existed. It aged by 4 milliseconds for that time until it stopped existing. Lightning ages. It just ages unbelievably fucking fast. It's here and then it's gone. So
that's weird to me because that type of energy is just not like made of physical means. Because when I go by that, because I was gonna say
that too. Energy is infinitely aging. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just exists. So by that logic, energy is infinitely aging. It is constantly aging.
That's weird to me. Because like I said, that's like the dark matter, which we don't have a dark matter fruit yet, by the way, guys. We don't have that yet. So somebody has that, then that
is the Yami no Mi not dark matter?
It's not dark matter. It's not.
Okay.
It's just darkness.
It's just darkness.
It's just
darkness. Again, okay. It's just, we'll get into it.
And Blackbeard said, Zully said, he said, with this fruit, darkness crashes it like gravity, and it's like a black hole. He is a black hole, is what it is. But it's not like now let's do this because people talk about Fujitora and freaking Blackbeard fruits are not the same. They're not the same. They're completely different. What Fujitora does and what Blackbeard does is very different from each other because Blackbeard is using darkness, which is gravity from space, technically like that, like the darkness that's in space. He uses that in order to crush and break down things, and then they come out with liberation. The technique liberation, if you guys know what that is. But that's what Black Hole is. And not to mention, guys, we're talking about Logia, so don't worry, we're still on the Logia topic. So Blackbeard has Yami no Mi. Enough said. He's a darkness man, but he is not made of darkness. He can emit darkness from his body. And my brother on Serena talking just said right here. He does that. And actually, we saw it emit from his body. It wasn't the same with like fire when we first saw it. It was
again, it's a special Logia.
It's a special Logia.
Because when it's activated, his body is darkness, but he takes
more damage than a normal.
He doesn't actually take damage unless you use the Haki. The thing is, he absorbs everything about what's happening to him. For example, if you stab him, hold on. So, for example, if you stab him, he's absorbing the weapon. He's absorbing the kinetic energy. He's absorbing the pain that it would cause.
Which means that it would amplify, the darkness, so he would still feel it.
He feels it. Yeah, he still. That's why he still feels pain. They're like, that's why Ace is like, yo, if he was a lucky, you wouldn't feel that. He was like, nah, my shit is different.
I even told you, like, it absorbs everything.
It absorbs everything, even the pain.
I can't go intangible like you guys. I can't.
Okay, so now here it now becomes my issue with them calling that darkness. So that wouldn't track.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that doesn't track with darkness. It tracks with the black hole. It tracks with a black hole theory that it would be like a black hole kind of fruit, which again,
like you just
kind of weird.
All over the place.
But yeah, like that makes sense. Black hole kind of fruit, but doesn't track with darkness because darkness is literally just the absence of light, and so it wouldn't be, or the absence of light and color. Period. He wouldn't have that absorption property with darkness. Now with a black hole.
Well, according to science, a black hole is just darkness. It's nothing. It's the absence of absolute everything.
And it sucks
everything into it. Not even light can escape darkness. That's the thing. Like darkness is constantly absorbing things.
Absorbing it. You have to
like the whole thing about when you get into the science of it, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You start looking around, you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Why the fruit would relate in that fashion, but it's still weird. I get what you're saying. It's still weird. I get what you're saying. It's
very
still
weird track. Like it's a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch of a track for that.
It is. But, now, here's the thing. But when you actually do read the science of darkness and how it's related to darkness itself, is related to black holes and how darkness actually works. You're like, oh, okay. I didn't know darkness doing all that. It is doing all that. We just don't notice.
You don't see it. Yeah, it's happening almost instantaneously.
Right, and we don't notice that darkness is actually doing the things that it's doing, but because darkness does what it does and light does what it does, it creates this perfect balance of things, which is why we're able to see in the spectrum of light that we do.
Right.
It creates a perfect darkness and light create a perfect balance. That's why we see in the spectrum of light that we do, and I was like, okay, Oda did his homework. That is what darkness does, even though it's weird. I can't say
we got the notion of Oda doing his homework way back, when we were looking at Luffy's rubber abilities and how rubber reacts to certain situations. Yeah, except for the lightning thing. But how rubber reacts.
No, that was still wild though, bro. He was taking Kamehameha lightning blast, bro. Remember that, Mandro? When he first did Elthor and this dude went from far away and then went to his neck. I'm like, bro, you telling me that wouldn't melt?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the weird part about that's one of the clues about Luffy's Devil Fruit. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in fire, he never melted. Yep. Even when he was in fire, rubber melts. Even when Luffy was in fire, he never melted.
Now he did get on fire and it did hurt him.
It hurt him, but it hurt him, but it didn't melt. That's not what rubber does. See what I'm saying?
Well, it's not supposed to, but I tell people all the time, listen, this is what you got to take. Where like, listen, I said, you see where physics in the real world and anime and manga don't make sense, but when you chalk it up to anime force, that's what I call it anime force, bro. You're watching an anime, so you got to stop trying to apply unless it's like full on science, like to Arno Index, which all of that is science based, but there is magic in that. There's magic users and then there's experts, and I dare any cat out there.
Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone would have been a better comparison.
Whoa, what was it? Dr. Stone?
I said Dr. Stone would have been a better example for that one.
Okay, Dr. Stone is fair. I'll give people Dr. Stone fair because Dr. Stone is nothing but pure science, and with that is more feasible and more humanly possible. With this, it's like, guys, if we like I said, if we give science what it's supposed to do with these devil fruits.
Well, when we say science, we're using universal science, not necessarily real world science. It's the universal science as it applies to that world, as it applies to the world of One Piece.
No, I know what you mean. I tell people it's the physics, but what's set in the law of the series. Even then, it still has some implausibility because fire working underwater should never ever happen. I don't give a fuck what logic you tell me. I don't care. I don't care. No, fire does not work underwater at all. unless it's like some black
Absence
flame,
of
like
oxygen.
Amaterasu.
Yeah.
Fire
Amaterasu is
does
the only
work
one
in
I
the
would
water.
go, because that's Amaterasu. It burns water.
Well, I mean, what about the volcanoes underneath that erupt with magma, liquid hot
Well,
magma?
The water solidifies the magma, but it's still.
But it still burns
still
underneath there, and they erupt, and the magma still comes out. There's videos.
Okay,
of
man,
it.
Joe, you get to introduce the next character, Akainu, since you just brought up magma. He's talking about him. Go ahead.
Why gotta introduce that asshole? I hate Akainu.
Why? No, you
I don't know
hate
anybody
I
that
hate
likes
I
Akainu.
hate Sakazuki.
You're his
I
brother.
hate
He's talking about,
Sakazuki.
man.
No, Sakazuki is a dick.
How is he a dick, man? He's doing his job. Go ahead. Go
No, he's
to
not.
Akainu.
Doing his job. Oh my God!
Rin.
Right.
Rin, you're not
Okay,
supposed to take
Sakazuki.
that
Alright.
Sakazuki Akainu is was introduced as an admiral of the Marines, and in this case, One Piece world, the Marines and the Navy are one big branch. So he was introduced as an admiral, which is one of the highest ranks you can get, one of them. And now, after the time skip and after the Paramount War, he is now Fleet Admiral, which is a position that was formerly held by Sengoku Buddha.
The Golden Buddha, y'all.
So he has the power of the Logia fruit, Magu Magu no Mi, model magma.
Yep.
So he can turn into lava, he can produce lava, and if he's in a lava filled environment, he can actually control the lava in its surroundings. And this fruit, this fruit has been confirmed by Ichiro Oda as having the highest offensive power.
Yeah, he took somebody's face off with that, y'all. Well, first of all, he punched the dude in the chest twice, who was literally a legend and a monster. And of course, he was sick and dying, but he got his face. After this dude got like half his face blown the freak off by Akainu's fruit, bro. And Oda did confirm it to be the most offensive. Like Mandro, I'm glad you said that, because Oda did confirm that it was one of the highest offensive fruits, which is crazy because I never thought magma. I'm not saying I never think magma was powerful. Magma is a dangerous ability to deal with in general, but for me, what made Akainu different from the other admirals, like this dude, Whitebeard got 2 free hits on Akainu, and Akainu still got 2 hits off of him before Whitebeard got the finishing blow on this dude. He like to my friend, like I said, he was defenseless, guys. Whitebeard had a full charged freaking Quake attack that split the island like when he killed Ace. Akainu got hurt, but he was still around. Like, it's crazy. Like, his fruit did a lot of damage to the strongest man in the world. 3 hits on him. Not to mention when they had that class, the Quake Blast versus Magma Blast, it almost seemed as if they were equal. Like, Akainu was contending with him. Literally. That's what made me like, this motherfucker different from the other two. I love Kizaru and I love Aokiji, but this dude is different, man. He's taking
different and hyper aggressive.
And has a hatred for Dragon, by the way. That's why I tell people I want to fight between Dragon and Akainu. That would be dope.
To be honest, I think he cheated in that fight against Akainu.
He cheated?
Not Akainu, against Aokiji.
He cheated?
I think he did. They haven't said anything about it, but I think he cheated.
I don't see Akainu as that type.
I do. I think I do. 100% Akainu is a person who
100% do.
Here's why. Akainu is the type of person that would do anything to accomplish his goal.
He
wanted to be Fleet Admiral. He'll do it. He won't stop.
A Navy soldier, and I told you I don't agree with.
He killed. He didn't try. He killed several of them.
Here's the thing.
He killed several of his own people.
Yeah. The thing is, he did do that, but I told my friend, like I said, Aokiji thought he was going too far with it, which I don't know if anybody paid attention to their conversation when they were vice admirals back in the day, where the whole Onahara incident, because Akainu was the one who killed those group of scholars. He got the order to kill them, and he did it. That was his orders. So people got to say like, oh, he didn't follow us. Now, I understand when you're saying, listen, he's following orders, but he's not just following orders. Because of his hyper-aggressive attitude. I get that through people. What he's doing is very excessive, but the thing is, he's trying to get rid of the world of these pirates. So he seems the only one to be about his business to get things done. So you can say Smoker too, but Smoker is all about, him and Kobe are going to be the ones, I think they're going to be about the right way about doing things instead of like how Akainu do once Akainu's gone, is how I see that. I don't see that ever changing in my mind because of how the series is going to go. But I will say, but Akainu, yes, Akainu was just doing his job. Number one, they originally, and let's be real, Akainu was trying to kill Luffy. He didn't care about Ace. You got burned and you got out of my way. I just want to kill him because he's Dragon's son.
Nah, he said he was going. It was a bonus. He was going to kill Ace and kill Luffy too.
Ace was a bonus. Yes, Ace was a bonus because originally they were supposed to kill Ace or execute Ace.
They're supposed to execute Ace.
He wanted
so he said if Luffy wanted to get it, he could get it too. It'd be a bonus. Make no mistake. He was not gonna just kill. He was not gonna just kill Ace and then let Luffy walk. That was not in the plan. That's not in the cards.
No, it wasn't the plan. But the thing is, he was going for Luffy at that point.
Yeah, at that specific moment in time, yes, he was trying to. He was trying to hit Luffy.
I agree with you when he said it, but like his action after leading up to the war, like to the very end, where they actually could have gotten away, and his whole goal was like Luffy at that point because it did shift a bit because Whitebeard was already going to be on his last legs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, like I said, that magma fruit is really stupid. So, guys, we're not done. Don't worry. We got three or four more Logia to talk about. But this is the most impressive dude so far within this scheme besides Eno and Kizaru.
I don't know. I think he has a lot of attack power.
Islands, but Akainu literally doesn't have like that type of power, but he does have. I would say Akainu doesn't have the power to destroy Island with his magma if he went all out. And not to mention, guys, all these admirals and Marineford, they were not allowed to go all out because they would kill their own allies, their own soldiers. Because remember, how can he go all out? Because if he's magma, he'll kill everybody. Now, granted, I told my friend, listen, Akainu actually used more powerful moves in the war than he did against Whitebeard. And I told my friend, here's an example. When we start off the war, when Akainu does his Ryuzu Kazan, the size of those things in panel and manga panel, I'm talking about the anime, and the manga panel are enormous. That's raining down on enemies, on friend and foe alike.
Yeah, they were huge. It only took one of them to take out one of those ships. That specific attack
is made to hit bigger, to scatter, to hit bigger enemies with. I mean, it's a scatter attack. You would all agree with that, right? It's made to hit anything in a big vicinity. When you shoot it in the air like that, like bro, he can shoot this for days if he did. He is a scary opponent to go against. And not to mention, if you and here's another thing of Logias we never touched on. If you touch any Logia that has like side effects to what its actual element is, you get damage yourself.
You get that debuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like when Luffy, you remember this scene, right? When they all three of them fought out Aokiji for the first time, Luffy punched him, and then his hand froze on contact. Aokiji didn't do anything. He just touched him because he was in his Logia state at the time, and he said so cold, and then his hand starts freaking freezing and it's so cold to the point where you're gonna get frostbite if you don't unthaw your fucking hand. It's bad because it literally hurt them. I don't know how cold his ice is because remember, there's no confirmation on how cold his ice is. Because I don't want either of you to come up with a magical number. We don't know how cold it is, but it's cold as hell. That's all we can say. And I would say somewhere
in less than a second.
Yeah, and then he broke out of it. If it was that cold, he shouldn't be able to get out.
It just wasn't. The ice wasn't that thick, but it was thick enough to make him to literally freeze him and stop his movements for a while. You know what I'm saying? For a few seconds, definitely had to break out of that shit, and he was out of breath when he broke out.
When he did it,
and then right after that, even with that smile still in his face, Doflamingo's like,
"I gotta go."
He just walks away. He just walks away. He's like, I'm good, man.
I do.
Nah, bro. I don't want no parts of this. I mean,
no, I agree. I think Aokiji definitely would have beat him, even if he did lose his leg.
Yeah, he had just pieced up Smoker, smelling himself, and he tried him. He tried Aokiji right then and there, and Aokiji said, "Pew!" and he's just like,
and definitely, guys, before we get to the other Logia users,
and it was like, and then he got out of it and said, "Yeah, I'm out."
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I said, his fruit went 10 days with Aokiji, guys, which is and Aokiji's his fruit cancels out Ace's fruit. They cancel each other out. Like it's not a counteract at all. They cancel each other out, which is really weird to me.
Ace and Aokiji.
Yeah. Because
there's no real confirmation of how hot Ace can get either.
There's no confirmation at all.
Because he made a son.
Because to me, having more than one ability would cancel it out.
He made a son. Yeah.
for the ice fruit, because we just know it's really, really cold. But like I said, his fruit was able to go 10. Was able to this is credit to Aokiji more often than it is a kind of.
It completely.
But he was able to last 10 days with that fruit.
No, he completely changed the climate.
They both
of one half of an island.
They both changed it. Yeah.
They clashed, but still, the environment, the ecology of a whole island was changed by Aokiji's fruit.
And it
snows there forever.
Yeah,
everything's frozen and it snows there forever.
To be honest, shit.
Yeah, it's been exactly. It's been he terraformed.
Half was a boiling sea, and the other half
cold.
was like freezing ice, like cold. It created, not to mention, let me say this: he created freaking ice mountains. He created freaking ice mountains, bro. So, like I said, those two fruits are really powerful. So that's why I say I don't want people to sleep on Aokiji's fruit at all, because that fruit is really, really powerful. And not to mention, the sea can't do shit to you guys if you freeze it.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, if I had a secondary pick for a Logia, give me Aokiji's, because the sea wouldn't do shit to me. I could just freeze that shit. So, and not to mention, he can freeze giant tidal waves. But we're going to get to the other 4 Logias, and then after that, we're just going to pure One Piece talk, and then we're going to go to another series, which is My Hero, which my brother wants to speak.
No. You got to talk about which fruits we want.
No. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go over the other Logias real quick. So, guys, we have Monet. She has the weaker version of Aokiji's fruit, which is the snow fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a snow woman, technically a Yuki Onna in this case. But then we have Crocodile. Then we have Suna no Mi. I love Crocodile, guys. I'm a Crocodile fanboy. Look, I'm a Dofi fanboy, because those are businessmen, and I fuck with them. Crocodile had one of the best. First of all, I've never, besides Gaara, which is my number 1 favorite sand user, Crocodile made it in my 2. He's a close tie to Gaara because of what he was able to do. The man, I do want to talk about Crocodile's abilities real quick before we get to the next one. Crocodile's abilities is a freaking stupid, bro. He can absorb water with sand. The moisture, he negates water with moisture with his sand, which is crazy. And yes, Luffy did use water in the second fight to almost defeat him with, but the thing is, he can absorb that water. If he sees it in time, he can absorb that shit, no problem. And not to mention, he can absorb the water out of your body. That's what I liked about this dude when he meant business. He can create wastelands. He can create a desert with his devil fruit. He can do that. Now, granted, and Mandrill and Renatug would agree with this. When we first saw him, he was living in a place that tailored to his powers.
Yeah.
Technically got a power of boost from it, to be honest. Let's be real. He did.
That's why he was there.
Alabasta is literally Egypt. Literally what it is. And remember, he kept rain from coming there, just by his ability to control the sand. Because remember, when he got knocked out, the sun. Now people can say, "Oh, Jay, it's a symbolism because the tyrant was defeated." No, bro. He was controlling. He was stopping the rain from coming to Alabasta in general because of his abilities. Just like Ace, hey guys, just like when Ace came to Drum Island, it stopped snowing, and then when he left, it started snowing again. So Logias can affect the weather in some way, depending on which ones you have. So Crocodile did it with Alabasta, stopping the rain coming there, and Ace did it with his fire from Drum Island. And bro,
yeah, the constant heat emittance.
Which is crazy because they said, like, because remember, it always drums on.
It always snows on Drum Island. It always
snows in Drum Island.
Yeah, it snows on Drum Island.
Yeah, it gets my skill remember because they said there's never been a day where the sun is out or like it's not snowing, and it's just like what? Because we see Ace in the flashback and it just stopped snowing, and I'm like, what? That's crazy. I can do that. But yeah, Crocodile has some pretty damn OP abilities. He can cut the desert in half with the freaking desert dagger, or actually Gerudo. He's really busted. Not to mention, guys, don't ever let him touch you. The 4Kids dub, I hate the dub, but Luffy said something that was funny in the dub. He said, I never want to shake that guy's hand, man. He sucked the life out of everything, bro. The plants, the trees, like everything, the grass.
Yeah, he sucked the moisture out of it.
Literally. He says, like, bro. He said, literally, I can suck literally the moisture out of the ground, bro. I can't be stopped, dude. Literally. So, like I said,
he can, but not with moisture.
Yo, bro, he's stupid. He's stupid. I love Crocodile. And he said he did master his fruit when he first led Luffy. 2 people have told Luffy, you don't know how to master your fruit. Crocodile and Dofi and Katakuri. 2, those 3. I said 2, but I meant 3. But Dofi was the first, but Crocodile was the first one to really tell him, you don't know how to use your fruit. You don't know how to know what you're doing. You got to be able to use it the way I can use my shit. But yeah, guys, Crocodile's busted. He's pretty OP, and bro, if you're there, bro, if you have, all you can do is touch somebody and they're dead. Dead ass. That's all you can do. But yeah, like I said, we have Crocodile, we have Monet, we got Caesar Clown, the Gas No Me. Like I said, science, guys. If we just put Caesar Clown and hoard a bunch of freaking Leaf Ninja, take the oxygen away, what you gonna do? Nothing. You're done. You're dead. You can just do that. That's why I said name a character in Bleach that can take away oxygen. Doesn't exist. I can just take away the oxygen. You're done. Now you got.
But that'll kill anybody.
You have to be in a perimeter. You have to be in a perimeter around him to do it. So there's a catch to it. Be very far away from him if you ever fight him. But if you're close to him, like mid range, you'd be mid range. Closer to mid range.
Yeah, but that, like I said, that's an answer to anybody. You take the oxygen away. That's it. That's right.
That's why I said that. And that's why I said. And that's why
not
I said,
him
like,
specifically.
Yeah, I mean, specifically, yeah, but that's why I said that. That's a stupid ability. I'm like, bro, Caesar Clown is kind of stepped on because of that ability, but he has no combat experience. He's a scientist with a devil fruit, guys. He used it to what he thought he could use it to, is just because he's a scientist. Some sense it was pretty good, but it could be better. And in the hands of an Admiral can make that shit disgusting. I agree. Devil can make it more disgusting. If you give Admiral any of these other Logia fruits,
that's what I was saying. Some of the fruits and some of the powers were not.
Mind.
Yeah, they're limited to what the user can actually do with them. Like you can't fault a fruit because of the way that because of a way that a user used it. Because Sabo uses the flare fruit way different than Ace did.
Way different, bro.
So it's all bent on the user and how the user wants to use it.
And we saw everything Ace had to offer in the flashbacks and in present time. Damn. And with Sabo adding the hockey, the dragons, like, bro, disgusting. Which is why I'm really mad. We didn't get a full-on Fujitora versus Sabo. We got some of it in anime, but nowhere near to the extent. We should have got a full-on one to see what he did with that fruit. Because remember, but like I said, to give Sabo a benefit of the doubt, he did just get the devil fruit. Imagine if, like I said, if he trains with it and fully masters it, no one should really. He should be a disgusting force to deal with. But the hockey and training and the freaking devil and with the devil fruit added to it to his repertoire. But let me see. Who we forget? We forgot Caribou. Yeah, there's Caribou, and then there's Magellan. He's a Paramecia. Magellan always comes in my head because of his shit. So
Magellan, that's the Warden, isn't it?
Yeah, Warden.
Yeah. The poison one. No, yeah, he's Paramecia.
Yeah, he's a Paramecia. People always want him to be a Logia, but guys, he's Paramecia.
No, he's Paramecia.
He's Paramecia. He's the Paramecia.
He doesn't become poison. He just controls in the midst.
Right.
Smoker. Did we mention Smoker?
So and I told him guys.
Yeah, we mentioned Smoker.
NL.
Yeah.
We talked about NL earlier.
I know it's a lightning man, and trust me, if you touch him, you get shocked.
You get shocked. Yep.
First of all, the dude had a wooden. He had a metal on the tip, but the whole part was wooden. He still was able to send electric shocks through the Shandorian warrior that tried to pierce him, and he got cut in half too. Not to mention. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite AMVs was when this dude literally stabs him and then he cuts him, and Enel's just smiling, just chilling, and he gets electrocuted from contact of him when he put a spear through his head, and it's freaking hilarious. But the thing is, like I said, with these Logias, they are really powerful, and a lot of stuff that you can compensate for, you can make up with your devil fruit, but it's all dependent on the user. How well they train with it, and how long I would say honestly how long they've had it. Because to me, I think I still would want a Logia devil fruit over the Paramecias and the mythical zones. I deadass would be, because Logias just put you up to that tier, and you're really more difficult to deal with at that time. I never expected Sabo to get the Logia fruit, to be honest. I didn't think he would ever get one, and he got the best. He got one of the best ones, Ace's fruit. Because imagine if he had the lightning fruit. Fuck. Yo, Sabo with hockey and lightning fruit, if he got that, I'd be like, holy shit. Bro. No. Okay, I kind of would get an ass whooping. I'm not gonna lie. Probably get an ass whooping. I said probably. I didn't say
if he developed it to the point where it could pack a pretty good punch, yes. Because magma, it's not just offensive capability. Magma can be hardened, and Akainu can harden that magma on top of armament hockey and just be one of the biggest fucking tanks in the series.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention that, like, gotta understand, this dude took 2 full hits from fucking Whitebeard too. As much I gotta give him his credit because he put the holes in there, but he also took damage from Whitebeard. Shit, I actually expected Whitebeard to just wasteland this nigga. He didn't even do that, to be honest, which is crazy. He should have blew his head off. Really, I'm talking about when he first went behind him and sneaked him like this. Damn. Where half his head to like have his body right here was in the ground. I'm like, bro.
Right, definitely.
But guys,
all right. So let's go. I will say, let's move on to the which one we would want.
We're gonna go over which fruit we would want, and then we're gonna go to My Hero, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go last because I think the host should go last.
All right, Marcus.
Taku, you go first.
No, I don't want to go first. You can go first. I want him to go first.
I'm not going first. Mandro, you go first.
Yeah, Mandro. There you go. Mandro.
What do you want to know?
He says I'm not going first. I think he's waiting to see where.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Smart ass bastard.
What if you could choose a devil fruit? What would your
each category? Each category.
From each category. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Like Paramecia, Zoan, and then Logia. Pick 3.
Okay.
That's why I'm giving people that. One that ain't fair.
If I had to pick a devil fruit from Logia, hands down, the Goro no Mi.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Lightning, hell yeah, period. That's out the gate. Goro no Mi. If it's zone type, I prefer a mythical zone type, Sun Wukong.
Okay. Not from the actual series, but okay, fine. I'll let that ride. Go ahead. All right, what's your Paramecia?
Okay, we don't know that. There might be a Sun Wukong. We don't know that.
Now this late in the game? I mean, not late, but like getting close to the ending, so I don't know. If the girl say it has it, I'll be ticked. I don't want one of them.
No, the Paramecia is a tricky one. I take the special Paramecia,
which is
Mochi
only
no
one
Mi.
Kind of curries.
No. I take the one Big Mom has.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so right. You want the lightning?
Yeah. I'm living forever. I don't know about y'all. Fuck the dumb shit.
You're trying to be Spawn at this point. Stop trying to be Spawn.
I'm living forever.
Okay. Mr. Renataku.
Y'all can have the rest of it.
All right,
my second would be the special Paramecia of category.
Mochi.
Yeah, Mochi.
The Mochi.
Number one.
Mochi man.
But the number one, Big Mom. She gets to live forever.
Okay, I got you, Mr. Ren. Your go.
So Logia, I would take Blackbeard's. I give Blackbeard's yummy no Mi.
Surprised you took the yummy no Mi.
Shouldn't be, because with the yummy no Mi, I have the power of darkness, and then whatever fruit I decide to take from whoever the fuck I decide to take from. So
we don't know that.
But you don't know how you did that.
We don't know that. Oh wait, hold up. I think that's a special thing with Blackbeard's body. That's the way that's building up to be, because Marco has mentioned before that Teach's body is different from normal people's.
Well, he said like their bodies.
What it does is like, say here it is. If he touches people with the devil fruit power, he cancels it out. It has no effect at all. You can't even ignite it.
Right.
Because it absorbs it. Yeah. Now that whole thing with the absorption and all that, we're gonna need some. I'm with you. We're gonna need more context on that. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna need more context on that.
That's what I'm saying. Because it seems like they're building it up to the point that it absorbs things on a molecular level. So
it seems like
if it can absorb on a molecular level, then that would make sense as to how he was able to take Whitebeard's fruit. As he absorbed the literal molecules in Whitebeard's body that's giving him the power.
No, here's the thing about it. Whitebeard was dead. Right? Now what you need, here's the thing with devil fruits. Once you die, the devil fruit powers goes into the nearest fruit in its vicinity. He probably had
one on him.
So when Blackbeard died, it goes into that one, and so he covers him. And he just eats the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. His body. I think he absorbed it too, because that's the best thing. Because remember, you can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't think you can actually eat more than one fruit. I think he did.
That's what they've always said. But again, Teach's body is different.
It's built different.
Yes, that's been confirmed by Marco. He even confirmed it by Mark. It was confirmed by Marco after Marco saw him use 2 devil fruits.
Okay.
Marco confirmed it. Then he was like, "Yeah, I don't know." He's like, "Oh, I thought you couldn't have more than 2 different fruits." I don't know, man. Marco was like, "I don't know, man. Maybe Teach's body has always been different from everybody else's." And that was so. Marco was trying to rationalize it too, So I mean, that's my thing with that. I don't know if the fruit's doing that or.
But we'll have to find out. Until we figure out, I'm still taking the Yami Yami no Mi.
All right, what's number 2 and 3?
Logi.
It's a solid choice. It's a very good choice. Very good choice.
Yeah. Even without the ability, even without that ability, I'm still taking it because y'all can't hit me with no other power can hit him with anything. So,
yeah.
So what was the other one that I would take? If I were to go for
Mythical?
Zoan, it would be Mythical.
Of course, we all put with Mythical here.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who wouldn't go Mythical unless you just really into animals and you want to be a giraffe or whatever. That's the only real reason. That's the only real reason that you would.
Y'all leave Kaku alone, man. Kaku made that shit work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Made that shit work.
Right, but that had nothing. It was nothing real. I mean, he got some of the properties from the stamina and shit of a giraffe, but that was it. All it really did was just made him and what he was good at better.
He got pasta machine.
He worked it, but he lucked out. That's how
he got pasta machine. Pasta machine. I mean, come on. That's worth it right there. That's worth the price of admission right there.
But no, so I would go Mythical. Now, what model is that? One's a little bit weird because I don't really want Luffy's model because
you don't.
No, I'm not that creative. That's simple. I'm not that creative.
Actually.
And that's what that power based off of. If the more creative you are, the more powerful you are. It's that simple.
I watch too much anime to not be creative. I'm sorry. I got a lot of stuff I could do with that, but
I don't know the limitations of that creativity. So I could just say, oh yeah, I could just go around Dragon Ball Z blasting everything. But if it can't actually do that, then you're just stuck with a fruit that makes you weird. So,
your man just wants to be Jiren.
Yeah, exactly. So I would probably go with Kaido's.
Okay,
the dragon.
A dragon with darkness. Okay, well, okay. All right. Give me your Paramecia.
Now,
I'm curious.
Paramecia is another kind of tough one for me because not a lot of the Paramecia fruits were actually all that attractive to me.
The first category I can see why they're not attractive, but 2 and 3 I can get that. Oh well,
if
kind of curry special.
If the rubber worked the way Luffy's rubbers did, then that one would have been attractive to me because there's more utilities to that than what Luffy used it for. Yeah. But at the same time, it's the fact that it's always on that kind of turns me off from.
You can't turn double fruits off.
You can't. You can. You can turn double fruits off. Like Logias can turn their fruit off. Zoans can turn their fruits off. Paramecias can't.
Well, not really turn off, but what's the word we use?
Deactivate. Activate and deactivate. Yeah.
Actually using it is what I'm saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Being rubber. That's not how it works.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between Paramecias and the other two fruits. Yeah. You don't turn off a Paramecia. You got spring legs. You got spring legs. You don't just not have spring legs anymore. You got spring legs now.
So, I would not want that fruit, by the way. I would not.
Never. But
Billy made this shit work though.
He did.
He did. He got his ass pushed at it.
Yeah. He made the shit cool as hell.
Look at what he did in that tournament now.
Yeah, he made that shit work really, really well.
I'm talking about Luffy, bro. That's what I'm talking about. It's just that's my favorite episode where this dude cannot throw a punch and just one shots this nigga. I'm sorry, that's my favorite episode where Luffy just punched this dude. Now he one shot him. One punch man, Drew. One punch man him.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might take Buggy's. Buggy's Paramecia fruit.
Rather unusual. No one's ever said
take Buggy's. Because
okay, so you want the Bar no Mi with the dragon fruit with the darkness fruit?
Yeah, that'll work. It's a weird ass combination, but I'm thinking of them individually. I'm thinking of them individually. And the reason I would take Buggy's fruit is because of its level of utility. I don't think Buggy was using his fruit to its maximum potential in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, I'll say this: if you get cut into pieces, you're like what Mihawk did to him. You're still.
There's
alive.
so much. Yeah, I'm saying there's so much more you can do with that, though. Like I get his feet have to stay stationary, and he has to have a plant somewhere, and then there's only a certain range he can move his body parts and stuff. But like just using the knives, just using the knives and shooting his body parts at people, you don't have to do that. I mean, if you can break your body parts into small enough pieces, you can do something like I could choke you. That
reminds me of Genbu from fucking Yu Hakusho, like rock pieces, throw them at Kurama and shit because he split it. This is the same shit actually.
Right, like you could do things like you could separate your hand into bite-sized pieces, shove it down someone's throat, reconnect it, and literally take their heart out of their chest. Like there's so much more.
Mortal Kombat.
There's so much more utility that he could do with that he does not do, and because of what I can think of using with it, I would take Buggy's. I would take Buggy's power.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, guys.
But I think that's the theme of One Piece. To be honest with you, I truly, especially with what they revealed Luffy's fruit to be, I think that's been the whole theme of One Piece from day one is imagination and realizing what you are doing versus what you can do with what you have. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
All right, guys. We'll save Logia for last. I'll do Paramecia first. It's kind of like a tie, but don't worry, I'm gonna pick one. Law and Kuma are my favorite fucking Paramecia users. Besides the OP Big Mom and fucking
White. Yeah, Law's my favorite Paramecia user as well.
Easier. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna go to school. Fuck it. I'll take no, because with Law's fruit you have to be a doctor or surgeon, some shit to really.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not. It works well with
that. I disagree with you. I think you have to.
No, it works.
Because I told him to be a doctor. That's why he was able to bring out the full abilities.
Again,
no. Granted, you can just do room off rip. When you first get it, you can do room in shambles and shit. But the stuff that he knows to hit to
the stuff that he thinks to do, you wouldn't think to do that shit if you didn't know how that shit worked, really. And that's why I said I think the whole theme of the show is imagination. What you can do versus what you are doing. You know, like if you just give a regular Joe Schmo Law's ability, I probably wouldn't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would be entirely unappealing.
A doctor or a surgeon, like kind of what he is, because my bad, he's a surgeon. He's the highest form of
or a mechanic.
But a mechanic too.
He knows the body parts and the body better than anybody. And the thing is, the way they described his ability when he first came in was like, you're just a patient in his room.
Yeah,
like operates on. That's
okay,
how.
I like that he said mechanic.
Described it as.
Right. I like that he said. Hold on, real quick. To build off of this imagination theme, I like that he said mechanic. Imagine if Eustace Kid was a mechanic. Imagine how much more dangerous he would be. Imagine how much more fucking dangerous with what he can do, just the way he is. Imagine how much more dangerous he would be if he was a mechanic. If he knew what to do with all the metal he created. Well, all the metal he got that he got. Like he would be a force. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
it's different tiers. Different tiers.
I did hear that a lot. It's based off when we first saw Long Time Skip. That's why.
Right.
Because kids should be around that tier, like people like Magneto shit, like electromagnetism is what he should be doing. I don't know if we'll do Atom shit because that's like I said, that's Omega level type shit that Magneto does. This is some of you by Atom. But if I had to really pick, sorry Kuma, I love you, bro. You like close second to this because I would pick Kuma's fruit to be dead ass honest. I love Kuma's shit. The ability to reflect anything and everything, and I can send you anywhere across of my own choice. I can send you anywhere. I can teleport you halfway across the world. He can do that.
The ability to reflect anything and everything.
That's stupid. If I can, I would want his fruit, but I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go with
That's fucking overpowered.
That's overpowered.
You can repel yourself.
That's overpowered.
You can repel yourself over there.
Yeah, hold on, you guys didn't know anytime he uses his glove when he moves that fast, he uses himself to repel himself. That's why
he repels himself. Yeah, to move, to like teleport.
You know what? I'll just talk Kuma's fruit, Paramecia. I'll go with Kuma's fruit. I gotta wear gloves. I just can't touch my girlfriend physically. I just from a go.
I think we do that naturally.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'll take Kuma's fruit, and then for mythical. Shit, do I really want to take all that pain? Give me. I could cheat and say Luffy's, but I'm not gonna do that bullshit. Because technically, if I got Luffy's, then I shouldn't need anybody else's double fruit at that point.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It's really fun. And I do have a creative mind, and I could use that fruit as much as I like. But after that, I don't need any other fruit, so I won't do that. I'm gonna take Marco's double fruit. The reason why I'm gonna take Marco is because I can regenerate. I can regenerate from all attacks, and I've always wanted regeneration because I think regeneration is awesome. I actually love Wolverine for his regeneration, and Hulk too for that very same manner. Just because they can just regenerate from things that would kill regular humans, or being hit by celestial beings that could technically wipe them off the map, but they have this high regeneration that just makes them come back. It makes them come around. It makes them that tier above certain people. And not to mention I can heal other people, so I can heal my wife if she ever got sick. Another thing in handy. So yes. And by the way, Marco is a doctor. If y'all didn't know, forgot.
Here's a question. Here's a question for Marco's ability. Would it work the same way Logan's does, where it literally heals deterioration? So as you age and your body deteriorates, you're healing that deterioration that's occurring, essentially making you live forever.
Okay, I see it as this because Marco had it when he was very, very young, and the thing is,
not stop aging. That's not what I said.
No, it
does not stop aging. You would, because even Logan's ability does not stop him from aging.
He ages slower.
It stops. It's not even a slower age. As you age, your body deteriorates. It repairs that deterioration. So you're still getting older. You're just not gonna deteriorate as old people usually do. And that's what I'm saying. Essentially living forever, because your body would not break down the way humans' bodies would break down, because you're constantly repairing that breakdown. So with that being said, is that a property that Marcos would have? Would he be able to heal that natural deterioration that happens with aging? Because if he can,
I would say with his
that's what I'm saying. If he can, although he would live to literally be old and decrepit, he would also still have
a young body.
His body would technically still be young.
Like Whitebeard's, where his body can still produce, he has enough energy to reduce the power of the fruit. Like, he still has the effects of it, but it's just like the body's still not as what it used to be, is what it is. That's what I'm saying. And here's what I mean when I say that. I mean, like, you can still have the healing like Wolverine did, but the thing is, you can't, like, the shit that he was doing, you can't do any of that. It will self-repair you a little bit, but the thing is, it's not like you're not like you are when you were 18 years old. That's what I'm saying.
So
it'll be that type of shit. Like
that's what I'm saying. I think Marcos would be in a unique position unless the fruit wouldn't be able to heal its own deterioration.
Yeah.
No, not user. Its own deterioration. Because from what you said, then it's like, even though you ate the fruit, your life and the fruit's life are still separate. So although the fruit can heal your aging, well, not aging, but can heal your deterioration, it itself is deteriorating the longer that you have it. So as he's still living younger, the fruit is getting older and eventually wouldn't exert as much power. So he wouldn't live. So by that logic, he wouldn't live forever, but he would live for an extremely long time. He would definitely outlive multiple generations,
because Marco,
but he wouldn't live forever.
I think Marco's
so that would make sense.
Yeah, I think Marco's like 40 years old, and if not, he's 38.
I'll say if he's like 40, he's like 40 years old and that spry, then it definitely regenerates natural deterioration.
Because like I said, he was very young when we first saw him, so that's why I'm taking Marcos, because I can just heal stuff and I can heal others with my flames.
Right.
Instead, if I have a wife,
aside from the facial hair that he had, the man looked like he was in his early 20s.
Well, I say early 30s. I'll be generous. I'll debunk that a little bit. I'll say early 30s, like 31, 32.
Yeah, like he didn't look that old.
He didn't look old at all.
Now Whitebeard looked old, and in the flashbacks they showed. Right, that's what I'm saying. Whitebeard looked his age. He looked like an in shape aged man. But even in the flashbacks, Marco looked like he was an adult tens of 20 years ago when Whitebeard was talking about this shit.
I'm surprised if he was 50.
So for Marco to still look like that young with more facial hair, then I would assume his fruit does then heal natural deterioration.
I think it delays it in some way and heals him. That's what I would say.
So with your combination so far, you're gonna live a pretty fucking long time.
I don't mind that.
And because he can heal that from others, everyone around you would also live for a very long time.
Than me, though, but
which makes me then wonder why Marco wasn't able to heal Whitebeard.
Well, because like I think those flames are like they're for healing, but they don't like extend someone's lifeline. It can heal you, but you're still gonna probably die of natural causes. Or how about this? I think it like this: you can heal them, but if their body gives out before you can heal them, then it just gives out. That's how I see it.
Oh, I would imagine that you can't like rebirth. That would probably be an awakening ability. The ability to rebirth and like, re-give life. So but probably only to himself too. But what I'm thinking is
you could do it like if it was like the condition was like once you reach your old age, you do the awakening, you die. Like you're ready to die, you do the awakening, you can come back, and then you're reborn again from the ashes.
It would. I think Marco's ability is also limited to physical afflictions. I think he can heal wounds in injuries to the body.
Yeah, because he couldn't heal the disease that fucking Queen was doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he can heal ailments. I don't think like poison and cancer and shit. I don't think he'd be able to.
Now, if he could do that, I'm definitely taking that nigga's fruit.
Well, if he could do that, then he would have been able to heal Whitebeard, unless Whitebeard specifically told him not to do that.
So, and the crazy thing is, Whitebeard and Roger had the same disease. I don't know if anybody knew that. They both had the same disease.
It would make sense. They'd be too great otherwise. There has to be a limitation.
Yeah,
they tried to do it to Goku, but they wanted more money, so they decided to bring him back. You have to.
He said Goku. The hard fight. But my third Logia choice. Thank you for asking that question, because that was something I did think about like a whole day about Marco's fruit. But the Logia one, guys, this is a really hard one because I really love Kizaru. I love that bastard's fruit. It is probably the only fruit I would want because I love light because of him and the speed of light. No one can ever touch me, and I'm intangible. Well, first I got 2 intangibilities at that point, and I have a versatile effective abilities. But I am going to go with the Pika Pika no Mi. I've always said I wanted Kizaru's double fruit, man. Yata no Kagami. You know I love that, man. Not to mention, so I'm intangible. I can reflect myself off things, and I can restrict my body. I love that. Like the scene where he did the freaking Apu, where Apu who did the here we go attack scratch. And he just reformed his whole body out for light particles. Like, dude, like I love that. Like his speed, his quickness, just his way of fighting. Oh, you know what? Not to mention I have to wear shades too whenever I use that shit. Because remember, you notice every time he uses his ability. Well, okay. In the flashback with Arlong, he didn't have glasses on when he used his light attacks on him, which tells me that he didn't need shades on to use the ability because he wouldn't blind himself or anything like that. So maybe I don't need shades on. So, but that would be. Just for extra.
I was about to say, for someone like him that have that level of control, I think that's something that he would have to intentionally do. I don't think that controlling light down to that level is something that he would be able to do accidentally. You have to intentionally mean to do that.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fair. And like I said, it's like the utility of his fruit. Like, bro, he can make light speed cakes. He can do light speed punch if you want to.
But that's what I was saying. Like when it comes down to utility, some of these people who have these fruits, they only show us a very novice level of fruit activation. Novice level or like base level. Right, and if you look at all the examples that we have, they're very unimaginative, for lack of a better word. Like they're not very. They're big creative thing and swing. Yeah, the big thing swinging around or move really really fast. Like they're not intrinsic ways of using their abilities, where if you were to think of the ability itself, there are much deeper layers of ways that they could be using those abilities. So I think it boils down just to they don't know that they can do that. It's more of a they don't know how to do it. They didn't know it was a way to do it, and if they do know that you can do that, they haven't mastered the ability to do that.
Yeah, and guys, before we get to our next topic, which is gonna be we're gonna talk purely My Hero. I do agree. Some of the fruits are a lack of people who use these have somewhat of a lack of imagination. Mr. One, I'm not saying his lack of imagination was bad or anything. He was good at what he had for Zoro. For Zoro's really first big fight, because Zoro could cut the bastard, and the bastard was able to cut buildings without actually physically touching them, just from far away, which is really crazy. So I don't know. I think Mr. One could take it up another level with his fruit, but it depends. But it depends on what he was. But like I said, it depends on the user itself. Katakuri, who imagined a mochi fruit to be able to do the shit that it was able to do.
Yeah, then that's. I think that's what I said. I think that's the theme. If you notice, all of the people who are like super fucking extra levels of powerful have really simple fruits. Really simple fruits that you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't think are able to do. Mochi's ice cream. The fuck. Like you wouldn't think that could do that. We saw what the hell Katakuri could do with it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I think the whole theme of the show is imagination. What you can do with what you have.
Well, actually, mochi is. Oh, sorry,
ice cream. I have some. I literally have some in my freezer.
Mochi ice cream?
It's a dilled ice cream. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, damn. Well, because it's also rice cakes and things like that, like sweets.
Be right back. Give me a second.
Oh, go ahead. You about to bring the freaking ice cream? But yeah, like I said, it's because mochi is a rice cake made of mochi game, a short grain Japakana glutinous rice, and sometimes other ingredients such as water, sugar, and cornstarch.
Come on, show the damn thing. Show the.
Put it in front of you.
Yes, baby. Hold on, I'm about to screen this.
My
mochi ice cream.
It's ice cream. It's literally ice cream. It's ice cream and dough. So like the outside is dough. It's like no other way to put it. It's like dough, like a dumpling dough, and then the inside is ice cream with chocolate chunks and stuff in it. It's a type of Japanese ice cream.
Don't forget rice cake, guys. That's what it is too. It's also rice cakes. That's really what it is more often than not. But
that's what Katakuri fights with. I have pieces of Katakuri in my freezer.
That's all right.
Right, and you can see what he does with that shit. You know, there's people with far more dangerous sounding devil fruits and not even close to being that level of dangerous with their fruits.
But Katakuri is a fighter.
Here this man comes in with ice cream.
Like, well, first of all, Katakuri's a freak from birth because he's from the Long Lake tribe, and not to mention, he stands at like, yo, he's not taller than Whitebeard, but like, bro, he's like half Luffy. He's like 17 feet, and Luffy's smaller than this mother. No, Luffy is smaller than this nigga. And I'm just like, bro.
Well, okay, there's a
Katakuri,
writer's reason for that. There's all
the doesn't matter in One Piece. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Well, it does. And all right. So, and this is a style of writing. This is not just a One Piece thing. This is a style of writing that authors use. And artists of many things, but what they do is they use size to depict intensity and power of a character.
Intimidation.
So, not really intimidation. It's more of impact, the impact level on the story and how the story is perceived. So, if they want a character or anything to seem extra important, they make it bigger. You know, if you walk in, they're going down the street, and the building they're looking for is off to the right, that building is going to be bigger and closer, more vibrant than all the other ones around it to give you that visual stimulation. Oh yeah, that's important, that's serious, that's powerful. That's what that is. That's what Oda uses. That's how Oda tells his stories. The characters that are bigger, like that come off really, really huge, are usually really, really powerful. And he'll also do the same thing with the main character. So it'll be as a comparison. Katakuri is like 4 times the size of Luffy at that moment. So he's about 4 times as powerful as Luffy is. And as Luffy gets stronger in the fight, you don't notice it right away. But if you go back and you watch the progressions of the fight, you'll notice that as Luffy starts to get more and more on par, Katakuri starts to look smaller and smaller and smaller in comparison to the size of Luffy until right around the end, where Luffy in Gear 4 Snake Man is roughly half the size, if not about 2/3 of the size of Katakuri. It's a writing style. That's a style of writing.
Even then, bro. Apart from Kagura should generate so much trouble before we get to My Hero, guys. I'm really gonna go to My Hero because I'm gonna make sure we all talk about that. But apart from Kagura should generate so much fucking torque that it should just like really fuck somebody up. But that's why I said size doesn't matter. Has a character that's bigger, faster, and his double fruit is better. And it doesn't matter in the entire fight.
Yeah.
His mochi can stick shit. His mochi sticks somebody one time. It doesn't stick when he catches the bastard multiple times with his mochi. Don't understand that. Inconsistent shit. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm a cynic. I have to call out bullshit whenever you've written it like that. Whenever you make something consistent, like the effects of the double fruit matter. You've told me that it matters. And then if you use a certain fight to tell me that these men can stick, I can stick you with something.
Are you talking about? You talking about when the mochi didn't stick to Luffy?
Yes.
Okay. Again,
he shouldn't be able to get out there. And at that point,
remember those breadcrumbs. Remember those breadcrumbs that I was telling you about. That the writer has been leaving.
We both told you about these
about Luffy's power from the breadcrumbs. That's prime example.
One of them. That's one of them. Sometimes that stuff worked on Luffy. Sometimes
and then it just stops working. It doesn't work on him anymore for no real reason. That's why.
No rhyme, no reason. Even the characters in the story, like, wait, what
the fuck? Why didn't it work anymore? That's why.
And they will point it out in the story. The characters will be like, wait, hold up now. Like Kaido shot Luffy with a blast breath, almost point blank range, and it's like, hey, wait, fire didn't work on him too? He said, why not? Luffy's like, good.
Which one? He did a lot of blast breath. Tell me which one.
This last one, it had no effect on Luffy.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So I didn't know.
Not in the chapter. It was in the anime. You know what I'm saying? It was in the manga as well, but that's about a year ago. But in the anime this past week,
talking about when he first fought Kaido, or is it one with Zoro on the roof? Because there's multiple.
On the rooftop.
On the rooftop? You talking about the one Zoro freaking got in the middle of the way?
No, not that one. When Luffy was in Gift Forth, and Big Mom shooting everybody with lightning. And then Luffy's why didn't the lightning work on you? She was like, what? And then he's like, blast breath, ooh, and then he's just sitting there like nothing happened to him. And it didn't. And he said, wait, hold up. Fire didn't work on him either? Why not? Because it's if he's rubber, then rubber melts.
Yup.
And I shot you with a big ass blast breath at point blank range.
No, I know.
Mind you. Fire has worked on him before.
Because he's the medical zone. I let that go now. Because
right,
we gotta stop that now. I'm gonna be honest. Every weakness can be thrown out the damn window now.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I really know why people are mad about that. Like what you said earlier.
That's part of the reason I'm upset about that. But what it means is you gotta hit him hard the first time. Like
so
you gotta hit him with something, like it's gotta stick. It's gotta be a killing blow the first time. Because if he sees it and now he's thinking about why it works and he figures out why that works against him, his body, he's gonna imagine, he's gonna adapt, and now it's not gonna work against him anymore. You gotta hit him with something else now. You gotta hit him with something.
Like I said, guys, I'm sorry. I said we're gonna get to My Hero. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're fine. But think back to any fight.
I ask this question.
Go ahead.
Is that why? Listen, is that why? So it's not. So he didn't develop antibodies for Magellan. It was what you just said just now.
Yep. Is just the fact that he's thinking, I got to figure out a way for this not to work against me, and there it is. It just stopped fucking working against him.
Yo. That's wild. Marcus, how are you doing, brother? I'm surprised.
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's going on?
Just
Marcus,
chilling.
like he says, okay, venom and poison don't work on me no more. But
exactly.
See, Magellan's power is venom.
And Magellan is stupid.
It's not poison.
Hold on. Magellan's power is venom, not poison.
Right.
Luffy's just poison don't work on me. Yeah, it's poison. That's venom, though. Luffy doesn't know the difference. Luffy doesn't know the difference.
He doesn't know the difference. Yeah.
So it doesn't work on him either.
It doesn't. Exactly.
Well,
Remember in the beginning. Hold on, real quick to add to that. Remember in the beginning when I said that he was, I think it was Bruno or whatever his name was, when they were doing the airwalking, and Luffy had his own way of how it works. That's not how it works. But he developed his own way of how that works, and it worked for him. Mm-hmm. That way worked for him. That's what I was talking about. That's what another of the breadcrumbs right there. It doesn't have to be right. It just has to work for him.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We're gonna end this conversation on Devil Fruits, and now we're gonna go to My Hero. All right.
Smooth transition, by the way.
Dude, yeah, I know. We gotta do it, bro.
He sat down and got his fucking snack and said, "We're gonna go over here now."
All right, next topic.
Listen, Mr. Reno Taku and I, if he can talk about it, I can talk about it. I can talk about
100%.
One Piece just as long as I can talk about it all day.
All day. I love One Piece.
I'm learning. I haven't watched One Piece in years, but I used to watch this shit all the time. Crickets, by the way.
Yeah, all right, Jay, let's go.
You're going. You got the shirt on.
I'm going. I'm starting. What's the topic, Mr. Host? I don't know what the topic about. What we're talking about with My Hero.
See, I want to put him in the spot and see what he would say. I'm curious. Hey, man, we are brothers. So I'm just curious.
This ain't my show. This is your show, boy. I don't know what we're talking about.
You're the host, Jay.
The topic is My Hero, and it can range from any conversation from the quirks. Actually, no, screw it. We talk about the powers, the quirks of My Hero.
Okay, I'll give you a better one. We can talk about the quirks and the way that they relate and compare it to Devil Fruits. People. No, to Devil Fruits.
Was it Devil Fruits? Mm-hmm. Dude, okay. You know what's so funny about this? There was a stream called One Piece versus My Hero Academia. Watch that stream, y'all. And I don't know if I could go further detail the way they could, because they answered like almost every question. The manga, anime, everything compared. Because quirks are all there are. Literally in My Hero.
Yeah.
But okay. So let's use. I'll toss a random villain or main character in the regards. So let's go with Bakugo. So Bakugo is literally an explosion guy. Or I would say combustion, to be honest. Pokemon combustion.
I was gonna say, yeah,
combustion. He's combustion man from freaking Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, Bakugo's quirk is not explosions. Bakugo's quirk is the excretion of nitroglycerin.
Excretion of nitroglycerin.
Yeah.
That can create. That
can cause explosion. Nitroglycerin can do other things than just explode. so it does more than just explode.
Not to mention the characters they kept talking about nitroglycerin. One loud nose will be blowing up fucking sky high, my nigga. I remember all that shit about how it works. It's crazy. Now from his sweat, he can produce that shit. But the difference is with him, the way he's just. I love the different way that he uses his shit to move, bro. That's what actually makes season 2 better for me, because Bakugo was using his shit in ways that we never saw him use it. Like
like as a propeller.
He propelled himself in the fucking air, bro. When he went to go try to get that ribbon and shit, this motherfucker's flying. I'm like, bro, I'm flying right now, y'all. I'm over all y'all niggas. Y'all trash compared to me. I'm like, yo. And not to mention, when he gets pissed off, he just gets angrier, and it seems like his explosions get more powerful. Mm-hmm. Seems. I didn't say that it actually is, but it seems that way.
What he does is he's constantly storing up sweat in his gauntlets things, and then he chooses how much to go out, and that's an extremely novice way to use his power. He starts if you continue through that, he starts to get more refined and thinking of his power in the way that you would think about a barrel of a gun. So instead of him just full palming explosion slapping the shit out of you, now he can create a hole about that size and shoot a sniper shot. Boom. Much more lethal, much less flashy. Okay? So there's a lot more he's starting to learn about his ability and about his offensive capability. Yeah, the EP shot. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the AP shot.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. He called it an AP shot, meaning armor piercing. I was like, okay. Yep. It's a concentrated blast.
Mm-hmm.
Much more.
Are we naming like top characters or villains or just storylines for My Hero?
No,
we could do that.
There's an interesting character that I always thought when I watched that anime was Kurogiri. You know who Kurogiri is? Or am I saying that right? Kurogiri?
Yeah, yes,
What's
yes.
his
Kudo,
ability?
Kudo Kitty, the portals. He makes
The portal guy,
he makes
right?
portals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I know what he was saying. I'm just trying to like, because he said it in a weird way, but I know he.
Yeah, his body is like shadows, and he has a base, and he admits shadows, and he can make portals.
Because he's like a corpse, right, of the Eraserhead, basically.
No, not of Eraserhead. It's of Eraserhead's friend.
Oh right, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, a friend of Eraserhead's, and they took a Nomu, gave him the power in his body, and did that. Which I can't talk too much about that because we're gonna go very spoiler heavy territory.
Oh, my bad.
Yo, Zoe, hold on, I want to say something. Zoe, bro, it's been so long since I even heard from you, dude. Where the hell have you been, dude? I was thinking about you last week, dude.
Yeah, where's Zoe been? I ain't talked to him in a long time either.
Dude, you've been in the background, like in the shadow. You been in the shadow realm?
He said he's just living like an Anbu Black Ops. What's going on?
Yeah, he is.
No, he's in the shadow realm with Yami and freaking Bakura. Shit. How you doing, bro? I haven't heard from you in so long, dude. Actually, was trying to get in touch with you. Hopefully, you're doing well. But yeah, like I said, Bakugo. Like I said, I think it's perfect for his personality. It really fits with him, and he is smart. To be real, he is. Like that's an underlying thing that doesn't get told a lot about Bakugo.
Right.
He comes off as
Now,
a bully, but
that theme. Oh, there you go. He's been around the way. Been around me, man. I've been working on Anbu Black Ops. Yeah,
Black Ops, baby.
Like Anbu Black Ops.
So what? So what, man? You on my team, man? There's a black.
But no, if you take the lessons they teach you in One Piece and then you look at My Hero Academia, it's very surprising to see that there's not a whole lot of fan correlation between those two because it's the same idea. It's the same exact idea. There is no such thing as an overpowered or underpowered devil fruit. It's all about the person who's using it, and it's the same thing in My Hero Academia. There's no such thing as an overpowered or underpowered quirk. It's all about the person who's using it.
Yo, guys, I'm sorry. Oh, we're on My Hero, guys. I don't want to go back, but dude, I forgot a stupid hacks fruit that somebody might want. The Hobby No Mi, Sugar's fruit. Everybody remember Sugar?
Oh,
right?
Sugar,
that is a super overpowered fruit too.
Technical shit that you can do. And first of all, it turns you into a doll. Number one, 2, you're under a contract. 3, you don't age.
Everyone who ever knew you
don't know you no more.
They forget you exist.
Yeah, they forget you exist, bro. So, because you just turned Kaido into a fucking doll.
She can be Kaido.
Yeah, she could definitely be Kaido.
I forgot about that Hex Devil Fruit because that was a stupid one. And it wasn't a child had that.
She's not a child. She just stopped aging because of the fruit. Yes, the fruit causes you to stop aging.
Yeah, it caused you to stop aging, but she is a child still.
Well, she ate it when she was. No, the thing is, she ate it when she was a child, so she's a child forever.
Child forever.
Or she appears as a child.
Yeah,
forever.
she appears as a child. She has the mind of an adult because she's lived long enough to be an adult. But that fruit made her stop aging. So there's that.
But yeah, that's Axe Fruit. I had to point that out, man. I'm like Hobby. I forgot she had this most stupidest ability that everybody in that whole damn island. That's dumb.
It makes you immortal and allows you to erase people from existence without actually erasing them from existence.
Tsukishima from Bleach. Tsukishima, remember that? That's Tsukushima's ability.
Her ability can be both a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the ability to erase someone from existence. Basically, that can be both a blessing and a curse. Yes, it could be good too. Hey, get your ass in some trouble real quick. You'll be looking for her ass.
No. I'm saying trouble for the person.
You trying to find her? Shit.
I ain't wildin', bro. I keep that.
Go rob a bank real quick. You'll be looking for her ass real quick.
Yeah.
No one wants a little girl to walk into the bank and just rob the whole shit.
Rob the whole shit. Have her erase the fact that you ever existed from anybody.
Right,
You never did it. You never did it. So.
That's a stupid ability. But back to My Hero, guys. No. But back to My Hero. Like literally, I think the courts do show how they affect people. and this was talked on that stream that I did listen to. This is like a while I listened to that stream ago, and guys, I do go back to it every once in a blue moon because there's a good conversation to be had about the difference between quartz and devil fruits. But it was literally a conversation about like, is it a measuring stick contest or some shit? Like, which is better? And I was like, nah. I mean, clearly it's One Piece is better, but the difference is for me, it's just like they're both great series. It's just a matter of like, I like to talk of like how quartz can affect a person's mind.
I honestly don't think that either one of them is either better or worse than the other. It's more of the style of writing. They're two different. They're the same theme, two different styles of writing. So.
Most One Piece. Listen, One Piece elitists would disagree with you on that.
I'm not saying I would, but they would. They'd be like, "Nah, man, you can't compare it, man."
They can suck my balls. I don't really care.
Smooth.
About any of them.
Smooth.
I don't really care about none
And
of
to any One
that.
Piece elitists out there, we listen. We don't agree with y'all because y'all a bunch of elitist douchebags.
No, that's not even it. It's more they're a fan of the idea of One Piece, not of One Piece itself. Because if you actually respected the series, if you actually respected the series, then you would realize that One Piece is not about the characters at all. It's about the world. It's about the entire world that they live in, and the
interactions about the voyage. When I got it,
right, the voyage, the voyage in the world. It's world building. They literally paint you an entire universe.
I used to watch One Piece. That's like one of my main animes back in the day.
And it's in One Piece, so it's not about the character. I mean, the characters in relation to each other is what keep our attention. Those fights, they keep our attention. Those relationship happenings keep our attention, but they always remind you where this instance lies in the grand scheme of the whole world. What does this mean to the celestial dragons? What does this mean to the Yonkai? What does this mean to the rest of the pirates? What does this mean to the Marines? What does this mean to the civilians? How does this affect the civilians and the Marines? How do the pirates affect the Yonkai, which also affect the Marines and the civilians? How does the sea affect everybody? Like that, it's more than just him versus him, which is what most other things are about. There's an entire. That's why I've said earlier, it's layers. One Piece has many, 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 many layers that most people are entirely unaware of. So My Hero Academia is the same way. It's just not as heavy in the world building. My Hero Academia is not about the world.
Shout out to Endeavor.
It's shout out to Endeavor all day. But My Hero Academia is not about the world as much as it is about the characters. It's about the interaction and the relations to the characters and their abilities and the society that they live in. Not the world, but the society that they live in. So similar themes, different forms of writing.
Oh my bad, I want to cut you off, brother.
Go ahead.
My thing is, and by the way, guys, if it seems like I'm cut off my brother, I do apologize for that. More often than not, there might be a delay on my end, but yeah, like I said, because I don't like talk. I personally like talking to people.
Alrighty, Mandrill. You have a great one, man.
You too.
All right, Mandrill. You do well.
Peace out, Mandrill.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. I appreciate you having me on. I'm very grateful.
Hey, Mandrill, be careful, bro, because right there, as I heard, there's a lot of windstorms and weather storms right now.
Wait, in Alabama?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean, it rained last night.
The rain just here.
It rained last night, and it's been a really thick, dark overcast all day. It just hadn't rained. It was one of those. The sun peeped out for like a few seconds, but then went back out and just, But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, nothing serious.
All right.
Thank you for being here, Mandrill. You be safe.
Nothing
man.
you can't handle, Rambo.
Right.
Hey, fuck that. I'm Rambo. Fuck that shit.
Y'all take it easy.
Nah.
Peace
out, Mandrill.
All right, man. You be well, bro. But when it comes to My Hero, like I said, the utilization of the quirk is awesome. How it affects the characters is awesome. How the characters go through the cellular development of using it every time, but also just being in situations and environments to know that they know when to use it is what I like a lot.
Right.
But like I said, because
they have to
nobody. I'll be honest. Nobody's quirk is useless in this world. Now, and I did start to think. Listen. You'll know why when I bring him up. I thought Tate Man was useless as a motherfucker when I first introduced it. Wannabe Walmart style freaking Spider-Man. Shit. And I'm like, bro, stop. I can't take that seriously, but dude, it's anime. They can make anything serious that they want. Because yeah.
Well, and that's
but
that's
he
the
shows that he's
thing.
very useful with it. Like he's useful with it.
Right, and that's where the difference. That's where the difference in the writing styles of the two come into play. Because in One Piece, you were thinking strictly combative. You're thinking, how would this win in the fight? And My Hero, it's more utility. How could you live everyday life with this power? How could you go get groceries with this power? How could you wake up in the morning and do your daily routines with this power? You know, like that's the biggest difference right there in style of writing. And that and the fact that they're born with their powers. They always have them. It has to become a more natural extension of yourself than something you acquire and train with. You know what I mean? So that in that sense, yeah, if I had the ability to tape things together and that my tape can be as weak or as strong as I want it to be, I think of all types of I'd be Walmart tape man. I mean, fucking Walmart Spider-Man. There you go, right there. All day. All day.
I'd be like, where I said, wear proud and just keep with it, is what I would say. And and yeah, like I said, nobody's really useless in the series. I did think that at a point in time, and I guess you're right. I did, and I told everybody, sometimes you gotta get at your meathead status shit, because I did originally do that for a second, for like a minute to 2 minutes, and I'm like, no, bro, this is a series. Let's see what they do with his ability. That's why I said, because me and my brother watch anime for so much, we don't think stereotypically the way that I'll say it, millennials think. The newest millennials think.
I wouldn't even say millennials.
Honestly, don't offend me, sir. Don't offend me. I'm pissed.
No, I wouldn't even say millennials, because, and that's another common misconception. It's not just the young generation to think that way. There are people older than me who watch anime who only see it as
DBZ?
This powers. Yeah, like who? Okay. Yeah, they look at all anime. They look at all anime in a DBZ light. Oh, this power is stronger than that power, therefore that one's better. Okay, I mean, how you planning on doing dishes and you got planetarily destroying lasers coming out of your body all the damn time? How are you doing that?
See, when I look at animes, I try to pay attention to the story and the subtitles and the lines, and that's what I got to focus on, because that way I can learn an attachment with characters and the story, you know.
Right, and that's the other thing I like a lot. I like a whole lot. Probably my favorite aspect about My Hero Academia is the character development, as well alongside the power development. So what I mean by that is, like, for example, we could take Shigaraki. Okay, Shigaraki. If you look at his life story, he did not have to become a villain. He did not have to be a villain. In fact, it wasn't even his fucking fault. It wasn't his fault that he became the way he is. It wasn't his fault that he had the power that he had. No one even knew he didn't know he had the power that he had, and he found out he had that power in an extremely traumatizing way. Extremely traumatizing way. Not nothing nobody did to him. Not nothing. Nobody kicked his cereal when he was a kid. He just found out. He just found out he has a power in a way no one should ever have to find out anything. You know, and your cereal, bro. Yeah, he got
I'm pissed.
My life. He got fucked my life in that way. So, and that makes you take what originally seemed like an extremely shallow character, and it now you have an appreciation for that character. Now you see why he's that shallow, because from his perspective, all this has just been thrown at him. All of it, his life, the villainy, the loneliness, all of it, it's just been thrown at him. He didn't ask for any of this shit. He didn't do any of this shit on purpose. It just fucking happened. So,
that's true.
And it's a testament to your environment. You know, your environment will shape you more than anything else. You know, more than whatever you were taught as a kid, more than anything. The environment you grow up in and the environment you put yourself around will ultimately define who you are.
Well, yeah, especially if you're like, when you're a young kid, like, your mind is a sponge, you know, you're just taking it all in. And so if you think that's cool and you want to follow, let's say you don't have a role model from your family, and you're outside and you're chilling with like anybody of these characters from these anime shows, and you're kicking it with them, sooner or later you become them.
Yep, you become just like them.
Like, even if you're not trying to, somehow you still goes to that circle where you end up back to where they were at before. So crazy.
And if they're into the wrong shit, and you end up with, you just created the Shigaraki.
Real quick. I don't know why, but it's just me because I would play Tekken before. You remember that character King? Well, there's that character in My Hero called All Might that reminds me so much of King for some reason when I look at him, but that's just me.
Yeah,
King?
I can see that. I can see that.
Tiger,
Yeah.
The tiger, yeah, the wrestler is all big and broad.
Yeah, bro.
King's that nigga though, but yeah,
Yo, guys, low key, my third used most character in Tekken when I was young, bro. I used King a lot in the second and 3. Loved him a lot, man.
You know my character, Mr. Remotaku saw it in the chat.
Eddie Gordo.
Eddie Gordo, baby. You know it, man. Hey, Eddie Gordo's my number 2, and then it was How Wrong.
How Wrong.
How Wrong was a beast, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't want to spam my Jin. I love Jin. I love Jin.
Yeah, everybody loves Jin. It's like default to love Jin.
Jin and Kazuya are like my defaults to go. To be honest, because
y'all are disrespecting and not showing love to Law.
Who?
Oh, Law, yeah.
Bro.
Law. No, okay. Look, anybody who doesn't like or doesn't talk about Law is because they got sick and tired of getting their ass whipped by him. They don't want to hear his fucking name anymore. They don't want to
every time you heard the Law.
No one ever brings
all right, I'm done. I fucking quit.
To bring it up because they traumatized by the ass whooping.
Yep, you're traumatized, getting fucked up by
I
Law.
didn't even find this out until like 7 years later, and I was like, yeah, damn, I didn't know. And I just beats this one dude up with Law. He said, "Don't use Law, bro." You use Lei Wulong on your ass? Would that make it? Would that make you feel better? And I'm like, yeah, I beat him with Lei Wulong too. So,
but yeah, the character development in My Hero Academia is one of its strong points. Now, and that's the reason I don't think, like, for a while it was popping off, because there was always something big happening. We had all the training exams, all these training exams, all the different, basically all these different exercises, and the villains were popping in, and then now we're back into character development part, which is why I don't like what they did with the anime, by the way. But we ain't really gonna talk about that too much. But now we're getting
the last one that came out.
The last one that just came out. I didn't like what they did with that. But now we're getting into a little bit more of the quiet zone and the development portion. And people, it falls off because people want to see the action. They want to see somebody get hit in the face. They don't particularly care why, but if you say someone kicked the puppy, then they're gonna root for the one who's fucking. You know what I mean? Like they don't really care, but if you heighten the stakes a little bit, it'll improve from watching it. Yeah, it'll improve the odds a little bit, but and they want to see the real big nitty gritty action, which My Hero is getting ready to do. If you read the manga, then you know what I'm talking about, but. They haven't shown that, and they handicap themselves because if they followed the manga to a T, the season that just happened would have ended on a much softer note. It wouldn't have been as heart-wrenching as what it ended. Then that's why they had to add that little light-hearted ass episode at the very end of the season, which wasn't fucking necessary in my opinion. We're not gonna fucking go there. All right, but. If you read the manga, then you know what's happening next. And to those of you who don't read the manga, I'm gonna say look out for Mirko. You're gonna start seeing a lot of Mirko merchandise everywhere. So just look out for that.
But not to mention Mirio is my favorite. I fuck with him.
Mirio Togeda, yeah, he's my favorite character in the show.
You get the best intro of everybody that I ever saw.
He really did.
I'm sorry, bro.
He
He was a teenager All Might 2.0 for me. You wanna know why? Because he was doing all these poses like All Might does, like power. I was like, that's my boy. He beat up on the girls, and he beat up on dudes. He beat up on the girls too. And I'm like, that's my boy.
To be 100% with you, Lemillion does not need. He doesn't need one for all. He doesn't need one for all to be number one. He does not at all. In fact, I fully believe if it came up to it, even with one for all, if Midoriya goes up and goes to be number one, Lemillion would be like a very close number two, if not like constantly fighting him for the number one spot. I don't give a damn how many fucking powers Midoriya gets.
He was stated that he was the closest among the heroes to becoming number one after All Might.
because they were going to pass down One for All to him, and I'm saying
originally, but also I'm gonna say
he doesn't need it.
I think it was his personality.
He doesn't need it.
Are y'all talking for like top villain spot? Are you talking for that?
Not villain. For hero.
Mirio Togeda is Lemillion, the one who goes into the ground and then comes out.
Goes in the ground.
Yeah. Well, I thought because I heard you all say All for One. That's why.
No, One for All.
He was
One for All.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because
the power that Midoriya has.
For it. That's why. And the thing was, it was his personality. I think his personality, his antics, very All Might like. The difference is he was his own character, but he was
trained by Night Eye.
Say what?
He was trained by Night Eye.
Yeah, he was trained by Night Eye. Night Eye saw the potential in him too. Not to mention, like he really showed it. Because remember, I would say similar. He wasn't a Deku when he first started, but it was more so when he first.
And that's the other fucking reason I like Mirio. He was not a Deku. He's not a fucking Deku. Okay, I am so fucking sick and tired of the pussy MCs. I think we need to do away with them. I think that they, because nobody is like that. Nobody is like that, and I'm tired of them making that shit okay. Like I'm really tired of that. Like like if you're gonna, that's why, like, okay, Bakugo took it far. Like he took it a lot farther than you needed to, but at the same time, the dude was right. Like what he was saying has always been correct. He's just being a dick about it.
Simple.
Like he's being a fucking dick about it. If you took Bakugo's words and calmed his attitude down some, that's the way an MC should have actually been. Like a calm Bakugo would have been much more perfect than this pussy bitch ass Midoriya that we fucking got. Okay. Like, I'm sorry, Midoriya fans out there. I'm sorry, but I really don't give a fuck. I don't like that type of MC. I can't stand it. Now the silly MC Luffy, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the silly MC Luffy. Fucking the hard-headed MC Naruto, I'm fine with that. Okay, they don't have to be little punk bitches to have fucked up backstories and we fall in love with them. They don't have to be that. There's no reason Midoriya was like that. There's no reason for him to be that soft of a bitch. Like there's no reason for it. I get he's meticulous, I get he's lonely, but he didn't have to be a bitch at the same time. He had to do that.
Yo, and to everybody here, I want to touch up on my brother because this is what I said. This is why this is my brother, and this is why me and him have watched like many things together, and also how we just came to understand. Like, bro, I got tired. Listen, just like him, I got tired of the pussy main bitch ass characters because nobody in real life acts like that. Nobody. At least the cats that I surround myself with don't act like a pussy ass bitch. None of these main characters
look and some people
we need characters to be more like Vegeta. Be more dicks.
Hold on. No, not really. That's another extreme too. What I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is like, I was the guy in school. Okay, like I didn't look at. If you're like at first glance, you would have thought I was one of the jocks. You'd have thought I was the football player. You'd have thought that I was up there with those guys, and I wasn't. I hung out with the nerds. I was playing D&D. Like I was watching anime. Like it was me. Like, you know, I worked out and shit. Yeah, I looked like a football player. I didn't fucking do none of that shit. I was with the quiet ones. I was with the nerds, and even them, bro. Some of them are like vicious. There are some vicious motherfuckers.
Right. Like nerds
even the quiet ones.
Be strong. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah, like even the quiet ones, like Sun Eater. Sun Eater is a much more accurate representation of that because they'll talk real low. They'll put their head on a wall or something, you know. But they're not going to be a complete bitch about the situation. When push comes to shove, they know what to do. They just don't particularly give a fuck that all these people see them doing it. You know what I mean?
Dude, they really don't. And the thing is, the reason why and I'll be honest, I'm gonna say to everybody, the reason why I actually fuck with the main characters who are badasses or somewhat neutral or more stoic, like we'll go back to the Gundam, like Hiro Yui, when I talked about my anime night talk. Those boys, okay, here's the funny thing about this. Those boys are 14 years old when I thought they were 15 and 16. But they were 14, like 15. The motherfuckers are literally dead deep in a war and got commissioned to do the job to help the colonies and go to the Earth Federation and attack it and infiltrate. Give me a second real quick. But but that's what they were designed to do, and they're badass. Like, definitely. Reno, talking, take care of something. I gotta take care of something real quick. Go ahead.
Good. So, continuing on that trend, I think that Lemillion would have been a much better. Is going to end up being number one. Like not like going to, but I would have preferred he has the potential to be number one without
What makes you say that?
The way that he utilizes his quirk, the like permeation as a flat line doesn't really seem all that impressive. The ability to go through anything and the ability to essentially just walk through any solid object and propel yourself. But the way that he utilizes it, like you'd think on a basic level, you just think, oh yeah, I can walk into the girls' locker room without using the door. Great. like I can stand outside and put my face through the wall and now I can see titties. Fantastic.
Nice.
You know, that's a very base level of thinking of using that
Child's
power.
play.
What he does with it is he turns himself into a human fucking rocket by going into the ground. Good afternoon. By going into the ground and propelling himself back out. You know, using gravity and propulsion. You know, he if you block his attack, he can activate permeation during the block and deactivate it at the end of the block to punch right through your block. So you can't stop him. He's going to fucking get you. He can. And I believe I don't know if there's been evidence of this yet, but I believe he can also use permeation on other things. Like he couldn't do it to his clothes, so that's why he ended up coming out of his clothes. But they made his suit to a way that he could bring his suit with him.
Bring his suit down with him. That's the crazy part.
I would imagine
it's the Invisible Woman thing.
Right. So I would imagine that there would be a way for them to extend that so that he can use he could bring someone through something. Like instead of going through a wall himself, he could bring someone through a wall. You know, right. Like if he can evolve his quirk to the point where he can do that, God tier, 100%. It would be almost impossible to fucking stop him. You know, and like I said, y'all don't know what's about to happen. Like, if y'all are not reading the manga, y'all do not know what's about to go down in the next season. The next season will put My Hero Academia back on the map, 100%. Like hands down, it's gonna put it back on the map. It's just slow right now, but it's gonna be going crazy. You're gonna see fucking Miracle merchandise everywhere. You're gonna see Lemillion merchandise everywhere. You're gonna see fucking Midoriya, Shigaraki. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. But and fucking Endeavor too, and it's gonna go nuts. But right now you don't know. you don't know a lot of what's going on. Hey AJ, you got another love showing going on down there.
Yeah. I said Canadian Born. Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna say it again. Thanks, Canadian Born. I appreciate it, man.
Peace, my brother.
Hi, Judy. How you doing? Thank you so much. And I would like to have both you and Quiet Bree on for another segment because I'm gonna have my brother on that time. We're actually gonna get to talking about some romance animes that all of us have seen.
Ooh,
and,
okay.
We're gonna make some recommendations because they wanted to I can recommend the one that I told you about, Cross Angie. Mm-hmm. They should probably watch that one. They wanted more adult type like ones. Watch that one. You'll deal with it. Just like Watakoi. Watakoi is adult too, and I like that because it's an adult otakus. Actual dating each other. Like I'm talking about actual adults, not in high school, not in college. I'm talking about adults, and I like that because I'm an adult and I don't f with the teenager stuff aspect as much anymore because I'm starting to fall in love with that too because I'm getting really tired of that. I kind of like it when they're like either they're college or they're adults. Simple enough for me now. Cause I said, how you doing, Primal brother? If you want to come on, you're welcome to come up too. I'd like to have you on too, but guys, that's what we were talking about, like characters not being well done. Because I got cut off, I had to take care of something real quick. Mm-hmm. But those Gundam boys are literally badasses, and they know the mission needed to get done. The thing is, the main five of them have their own. They go through their own struggles, and then they're able to come to terms with who they are while they're doing this mission. Like Troa had to go find out who he was after he lost his memory. But also, he was always a tough exterior to get through because, well, actually, him and Hero were tough exteriors. Wu Fei was pretty clean and cut. He was all about.
You want to talk about tough exteriors? What's up, Canadian Board? Look at Koshi Koda, looking like a cone head. It did.
I'm not saying that.
Coach Dakota looked like a conehead from the movie.
He said, "I'm not saying that." What's going on with you?
Good afternoon, my brothers. Good afternoon.
Well, salute, peace, my brother.
Canadian born.
I'm on
if
my lunch break
Marcus
right
gets on your
now.
nerve, you can sacrifice him to the great Tiki God. I promise.
Yes, bring it, son, bring it.
So, what anime you talking about?
Okay.
My Hero
I'll
Academia.
have some alligators.
Nah.
Hero Academia? That you're talking
Yeah, Hero
about?
Academia is what we're talking about now.
What season? Season 1, 2, 3,
All of
4, or
them. Just
5?
all of it combined. That's what we're talking about.
He said, "Sheesh."
He said,
Sheesh.
That's a
yeah,
live
you
version
check it
you're
out.
talking about.
Chucky. Yeah.
I watched all 5 seasons, and I'm telling you, that might be one of the best anime so far for 2021, 2022, hands down. Real talk.
I can agree.
Great storyline,
Yeah, it's definitely
great character creation, and great introduction to the character. Just that reading the manga online, it's like, damn.
Yeah, we got a manga reader here. We got a manga reader.
Okay, so we got 3 for 3 now. We 3 for 3.
I've been a manga reader for the longest. It's just that I realized I'm too much of a very tough critic. When I see a certain anime I'm watching, I look at the manga. The moment I see the anime go left field, I'm like, wait,
Yep.
hold on.
Yep.
You're supposed
Same.
to.
Same. So,
Same here.
so let me. So I would assume then you were in agreement with my distaste for how they handled the season.
Can I give you a hell yeah on that one?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Give me a hell yeah.
I can't stand that.
No, because
Can't.
remember I did. I've been watching anime since the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
That shit was black and white back then, but
No, here's the thing. if I was you, you can go and join the Sailor Moon Club.
oh, I thought he said Telemundo. I was like, oh shit.
He did say he wanted a live action of Sailor Moon. I did hear that.
Hey,
I want to see those
look.
chicks in nice outfits, man. That'd be hot.
Look here, I'm not opposed to no live action.
Yeah.
Goddamn, I'm not opposed to that.
Hold on.
Yeah, man, yeah, he's gonna have
Hold
plenty,
on.
man. There's like stage plays and shit.
I have a huge pet peeve with Sailor Moon. I think that's for the girls
Oh,
and
damn.
girls. Let them play with it like a dollop.
Puberty, baby, puberty.
You know what, Peter? I wasn't a fan of that. I'm more into the
The
nitty
action guys
gritty,
type shit.
action pack, ass
Listen to
whooping.
North Star type shit. I got you.
Come
There's
on.
a series. That series.
Well, yeah, Sailor Moon was basically what was it? It was like a romance comedy with action elements to it.
Yeah, they look like Girl Scout cookie cell girls, but they were hot.
Yeah.
All grown up.
The Japanese female Power Rangers.
Is he wrong? Were they hot?
That's
No,
no
they're
different.
gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
Sailor Moon was nothing different from an overhyped Powerpuff Girl. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I can agree.
Fair enough.
I can agree with it.
Emotional damage.
That's the first time I've heard that, but I can agree.
I'm an OG.
I can
of the
agree.
Anime. Because when I started watching Power Rangers back in 1992, the Power Ranger we watched in the US wasn't the first Power Ranger.
No, it was not. That's right.
So when you want to start looking at Japanese stuff, you find out you way behind.
Way behind, bro.
So the matter they
It's
have
no
like
Kamen Rider.
don't mention Kamen Rider. Don't even mention Kamen Rider. That's another.
I've seen all the Kamen Rider. Dead ass.
The Kamen Rider, the Power Ranger, there's Ultraman.
Ultraman.
Oh, much Ultraman.
So good.
I'm watching the latest one on Netflix, and the latest one on Netflix, I'm like, you know what? I gotta get them prop, but they got more work to do.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm a heavy duty anime fan down to the core. If I could say how many anime episodes I watched over the years of my life, it's over 200,000 episodes.
And us Americans are watching Godzilla vs. Kong. That's some bullshit.
I like this man.
Hey man, that movie was tight, man. Fuck that.
They're making a sequel. Y'all know that?
Wait,
Another one?
to Godzilla vs. Kong?
Mm-hmm.
Like the new one they just made?
Wait.
Mhm.
No.
Yes, sir.
They can't.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah, they
the
can.
studio.
Yeah, they can.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying, why would they
The-
do it again when?
Let's say, well, if you know the lore, then you know that the fight didn't stop there.
Well, yeah,
I
they keep
know.
finding
It didn't stop.
other kaiju show up, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah. There's
American
way more, way more.
This is why
It's the
when
American version.
when you
not the
mention
version.
here the problem when you mention that series. You mentioned
Thank you.
King Kong versus Godzilla, and you open a segue door to certain anime at that time to reference that a
Mm-hmm.
little too much. Like for example, the one.
Hey,
on
you
Netflix-
brought up Ultraman, so I gotta bring up some other shit. So let me bring up. Give me that. Just give me that.
I
I'm
give you
gonna
that. I
remove
give you
you,
that. I will give you that though. I will.
I love you, brother.
But when you want to mention Ultraman, and you want to mention Godzilla and King Kong, you got to mention as good men, then as
It says
Dino
good man.
Cinnamon. Hey, I will go in on the anime like a
Listen,
fool.
let's go. King Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Hey, it
Straight.
is what it
Mothra,
is.
Mothra was no. She wasn't. That was the. Yeah, Mothra was in the first one against Ghidorah, wasn't it? She was.
think
she was
so.
in the Godzilla
Yeah, she was
movie
in-
against
yeah.
Ghidorah.
Yeah, she was king.
Yeah.
She was in King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. That's what I thought. Okay.
For all
And
you
then-
guys watching this, you're referring to the Saturday afternoon Japanese movie series we do back in the 80s at a certain time at 1 p.m.
Yeah, the black and white drive-through shit.
On 1
Hey,
p.m.
hey.
Hey,
It's
man,
good
hey,
shit.
man.
Real talk.
Hey,
Real talk.
that's
Don't
where I
hate
lost
on
my
me.
virginity.
So if you're from the 80s and you watch these Japanese movies at 1 p.m., you know your neighbor was dead quiet. Everybody's in there watching these things.
Hold on. Mecha Godzilla, Mecha Ghidorah, you know, all of them were greats too. I gotta appreciate for what it was.
Mecha Godzilla got his butt whooped by the original. For one
Yeah,
Yeah,
by the
you
original.
gotta take
90s.
space.
Always.
That's 2000. 90s.
You
No,
gotta let you
okay.
know, you can't replace me, dude. You metal. I'm real. Get out of here.
Godzilla, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know the remake they
Man,
made about that movie? How many remakes they be doing? And there were so many remakes that done in Japan and not come over here. Which I was kind of surprised about. I was like, they don't understand about the licensing issue between the American company and the Japanese company, because what they were trying to do is downplay them. Like, okay, no, don't try to take their stuff, bring it over here, want to make a whopping killing, and want to pay them cut. Because I don't want to sidetrack. It's just like Beyblade. I don't buy American-made Beyblade. I buy Japanese-made Beyblade.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to do a
They were
Beyblade.
bad. The American Beyblades break so fucking easily.
Yeah, so-
were
oh, they
so
always get
bad.
clogged up when you rev it. You
Yeah,
clog
they're
up all the
so
time.
It's
bad.
What do you
not that
think?
they
I never bought the American one.
It's
I
like a
wanted-
weed whacker. It shit's worse.
Yep.
it's not that it break. It's not like the original.
The originals. The
Mhm.
originals were durable. They had metal in them, bro.
But yeah, I was saying they had the
Full
metal
on
on
metal,
there.
bro. I used to cut
Those
my balls in
motherfuckers.
my freaking palm.
If you
One of them
fucking when you
suckers.
rev your shit hard enough and they hit, it would actually spark. Yeah, that
Tight.
shit was dope.
Like, me
I
and
burst my
Beyblade
launcher
from
on the
Japan,
Beta Burst
we
version.
did try that.
Mhm.
I had if I was doing this, I was more like the muscle one. I was more like holding it in a certain angle,
Mhm.
pull it so fast, I get a nice torque on that. And I actually
that
bust mine. Because when I play with my kids would get mad with me. They're like, you
Mhm.
cheated. No, not cheating.
No,
Watch
you
how I
gotta
do
know-
it.
Yeah, you gotta know how to do this.
Everybody doing it in 90 degrees angle. I said, no,
Mm-mm.
45-degree angle. I get that nice
Yeah.
angle. So when you're coming in, it just knock it out of the ballpark.
Yo,
Just everything.
Oh yeah, Beyblade was serious. This was not a game. Back in the
bro,
day.
there were kids in elementary school on recess. They would get mad if they were losing. They start hitting each other with that shit. They rev each.
Yeah, we used to get them fights. for that, bro.
But
I tell people
yeah,
all the
what
time, like, bro,
I-
you
They
Here
was
I
can
get
fucking
popped
Yu-Gi-Oh
up.
cards, bro.
Here I
My
get popped to the. Here I
Maybe
get popped to the
my
dad who was just like me. There's one
Mhm.
particular dad on Facebook. He actually did a 3D print of the real stadium how it's supposed to be.
Oh.
But here was the problem with this real stadium. The first dimension he did on that one, it took out the 16 big piece that he had to glue together, sandpaper it, and paint it over to get it pop. It wasn't like a real stadium. He wanted to put out the blueprint, but the problem is, who can afford to get a 3D printer?
Yeah.
Who can get the filament to print out all 16 pieces? That too. And who got the time to carefully glue it together, sandpaper it, then put whatever kind of gloss paint over, we can have that feel. So when you actually do real Beyblade, you can do 5, you can do 4, you can do 6, everybody get in. Real talk. Because the getting it to sell to you guys, it's not all that crack up to be. As I look at it, because
yeah.
I've been looking at it like, you need to make a real statement, like the anime, where you really get your in it.
And that's why when people look at like My Hero Academia and they're talking about, it's got that comic book style meant to replicate American comic books, that is actually incorrect. Because it was Japanese and Chinese style comic books that adapted that style first.
Hold on, time out. Did some retarded good for nothing now research idiot say that?
That's how they advertise, bro. Like in the advertisement, that's how they advertise it. Is that it has a nice Western comic book feel to it. Like that's it. That is incorrect. That Western feel that our comic books have, we got from China and Japan.
It's the same BS when they did their own version of Final Fantasy, and that was BS.
Yup.
Compared to the original Final Fantasy, that was the extreme camera and they can never achieve. Like,
yup. See,
are you
I
serious?
like this guy. I like him.
Are you serious? Just like when they did the most stupid adaptation of Dragon Ball Z.
We don't talk about that. Look, we don't talk about Bruno, and we don't talk about Dragon Ball. We don't talk about that, okay?
I'm still pissed off with that movie. That real live action movie.
Oh, I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm not letting that
I
one
don't know
go.
what he's talking about.
I don't recall. I plead the fifth.
I recall. I will piss. No, hear this. I recall. I will pissed off. I will live off. I will spaz off. Because every time I think about Dragon, my favorite series, and I think about that screw up of like, US, stop touching Japanese stuff. Let the Japanese people do what they do best, which you cannot do.
I like the new Dragon Ball Super a lot.
No, the Dragon Ball Super, the series, I love it. But here, when I was on this guy Geekdom 101, he put some more information.
Well, no, because this ties into the point that you're talking about with that badass Dragon Ball movie. I like the new Dragon Ball Super because a lot of people forgot that Dragon Ball Z was not always just about punching the motherfucker in the face and blowing up planets. Dragon Ball Z had story. It had character development to it. There were real consequences and reasons to why they were doing the stuff that they were doing, aside from the planet blowing up. Right?
The American version that you were watching, the Americanized of the Japanese version.
Right, the Americanized version took most of that development and plot shit out and just left in the fight scenes because they knew that would sell. They knew that shit would sell. And that's how that bullshit ass Dragon Ball movie got made.
Let me explain to you what it is. I mean, it sounds like a jab to American people, but this is what it is. You know, American people have a short attention span. They don't remember much after a certain period of time. Japanese people have a longevity when it comes to memory and understanding.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
Anyone who listens to what I'm saying, I'm the same way too. I got long range of memory. I'm not short attention span idiot. This is why y'all fail and all the high level IT jobs go to foreigners. Let that sink in, doofus ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying.
Listen, I'm a foreigner too, motherfucker.
Because when people like, oh, make it short and sweet, no, you're so damn dumb and stupid.
Must be dumb. I mean, I say that like they're taking away. Listen, they don't understand. Like, and me, Canadian Born had this conversation before, brother. I don't know if you were here for that, but we literally said that this is anime is for adults. It's not made for children with short attention spans. Hate to have to really be a dick about that.
Is, real. People don't understand this. In Japan, they're an extreme culture.
Hey, vital message.
They are people who have taken a job to be anime creators and manga writers. And you cannot just put any type of manga to the publisher and think they will publish it. No, it gotta have something. It gotta have storyline. It gotta have character creation. So if it's not that great, they'll go back and try again. So not many people are busting it behind to get their manga be submitted in to be considered into the publication. That's just one. Then the anime part is even worse. For someone to pick up your anime and think that it will be legit, it will be something, it take a while. These people going to, I don't know what to call this, hiatus,
Convention.
trying to get the idea of how to go write the next manga, how to write the next storyline. They're trying to get all type of. Japanese people are perfectionists when it comes to creativity. Let's just be honest.
Yo, self-made. What's going on, man?
Self-made, brother. What song are you doing?
What up? What up? What up?
When it comes to creativity, they
Brother, welcome. Come
like to put the envelope. They want to make sure it makes sense. They have to connect. You gotta have the base of the storyline. You gotta have character creation. Forget it back now. I'm trying to go back to work. My lunch break is over. They had to have a great storyline connectivity behind it. You gotta be branch your storyline for the main storyline, which will bring everything back to the main story because it had to have a way of driving you to get deep into the story.
Right.
When we watched Naruto from the very beginning, there were so many side stories that you were thinking, what would they end on this side story?
Right.
On this part. Then later on, you find where you connected to.
What they connected to, and One Piece is very notorious for that shit too. They'll have
going on there.
One Piece is the biggest one that have
the biggest
side
stories.
That's
and
the
then
biggest
you like there's so many there's so many of them. You'll think that they're filler, and then you'll find out later on, no, that was actually part of the story. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like it have you start thinking like, wait a minute, so this was because of and this one because of One Piece was the villain for that, and there was Bleach.
Bleach was another one.
Hancock was my favorite. I ain't gonna lie.
Bleach has so
when
many.
he gets to film gold, I believe that's.
Now they're going to come out this year, but who knows when they're going to come out? I'm waiting for that one. Mm-hmm. There's another genre of anime, but more like puppetry. Mm-hmm. There's a series I would recommend you guys to watch. It's called Thunderbolt Fantasy Sword Seeker series. Now they're using Japanese puppetry and turning like it was anime, and the way they go about it. Man, when I saw the behind it, see how much work that is, I gotta take my hat off to them. Real talk.
Well, we got me a series to watch now. Thank you for.
I gotta check that shit out.
Thank you. I'm gonna watch it too.
I'm telling you, it's about. Let me see. Let me check my folder. If I remember, there's 3 series. There's 3 seasons. 3 seasons and 2 movies on that one.
Oh, cool.
And I'm guessing they will do another season because. But the thing is, it's Japanese puppetry at its finest. But the way they did it, you would not even think that you see a line, you see the hand, you see everything looking so fluently. Voice always on point. I'm like, man, you want to talk about perfection? They go OP on this one.
I'm about to check that shit out then. Shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Look it up. Thunderbolt
Fantasy Sword Seekers.
I'm telling you, I was hooked on it. I was like, when gonna be the next season? Then when I watched the next season, I was like, okay, when gonna be the next season? Now I'm gonna watch the 3rd season. I'm still when gonna be the next season because it's too damn interesting. Like, come on, it ain't gonna end it like this. Come on.
You're Canadian born. Let me ask you a question. Since that might be 2 weeks from, well, actually not 2 weeks, actually maybe 4 weeks from now. Me and my brother are gonna do a Gundam stream, and we're gonna do Iron Blooded Orphans because I have seen the series. I want my little brother to see it, and we actually like to be on that.
After 2 seasons of the hype up, and you kill the main character who you should not die.
Oh, why'd you just say that now?
He said, "Why'd you say that?"
I say hype up.
I hate to mess it up for
me. I'm not mentioning the name.
Yeah, right. Hey, everybody, just delete the stream if you've seen it. Just tell him to make you forget what he just said. Okay?
Change your name to Canadian Spoiler Alert.
I didn't give you a hint. I didn't spoil it. The thing is, Gundam series is one of my favorite series of all time. And
bro,
because it created a unique culture whereby it's now so international that people are buying Gunpla and trying to perfect their craft. Now, there are 2 guys I follow on Instagram and YouTube. One is G Studio and one is S Doc.
Oh, G Studio? I know G Studio.
S Doc, I hate to say that he's way better than G Studio. I thought G Studio was the man, but when you look at S Doc creativity, it's on next level. Real talk. They are heavyweight Gunpla makers. Gunpla designers. They build it up and put their own touch on it. And when they put their own touch on it, you ask yourself, when they gonna be on anime?
Right.
No, real talk. It's so damn good. You should have put it on the anime. Why can't they create a look at this one and say, yo, add it to the anime?
Because they got guys like you spoiling shit for us.
I ain't spoiling nothing. All I said, the main character. No one know who the main character is. All I say is that character is so iconic.
That's the thing.
All I say that character is so iconic.
He's a little different. I didn't spoil it. I swear to God.
I'm only gonna say the main character, the main villain, and the main plot.
You're gonna say some character dies, and I'm like, okay.
He's like, I ain't said no names, motherfucker.
Because many Gundam series, they have 20 main characters. You like, yo.
Insert name here.
What is the origin of this guy? How he came about? Why he's like this? Why he like that? Like, you need to put more to it. But yeah, you gotta blame the company.
Brandon, I want you to forget the stream.
like Gundam Diver.
He's talking about Thundercats. He's talking about Gundam.
Gundam Diver series, that thing pissed me off.
I'm not gonna lie though, when they made Pacific Rim, I always thought it was a knockoff of Gundam and all that stuff.
No,
the truth, how you doing, brother?
Pacific Rim, it how you put it, an honor to Godzilla and
Yep.
You know, you had the anime.
They will still get their asses kicked.
Easy, because they're not on that level yet. That's why they get their asses kicked.
See, if it was a Power Rangers Megazords, that would be different.
Ain't happening. Power Rangers on their own turf of real life, which is comedy and hit another thing I hate right now. I prefer the Japanese version of Power Ranger than the American version of Power Ranger. When I watched the last version,
you gotta disrespect Tommy like that?
No, let me tell you why I say that. The series of Power Ranger, Dragon Knight, whatever, is the watered down version of what I saw in Japan. The one in Japan was way better. So the one they put in the US, I don't want to watch it. So I thought to them, let me go back and watch all the one I had to watch in the US and see the one they had in Japan. And I realized it had a better storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So no, what the point of watching American Power? I can watch Japanese, which is way better than that.
Because they gotta make they try to make it more relevant to the Western audience when they import it, and they do that with a lot of things. The localization. That's why anime has its own category now, because originally they would have just called it cartoons, like they used to call them back in the day. Because you guys forget that back then, when they imported stuff over, like One Piece, like I think it's before Naruto, but it was like One Piece, Dragon Ball Z. Early Bleach, stuff like that. Like they when it was on cartoon shows, Jetix, Cartoon Network, and shit like that.
Jetix, my man.
They were cartoons. They called them cartoons. They weren't anime back then. It was just cartoons because they were trying to import the Japanese anime over to a Western audience. And we had cartoons. We had Animaniacs. We had Looney Tunes. We had fucking what was fucking Tom and Jerry. You know, that's what we had. Those are the cartoons that we were used to. The level of violence that we were used to. And when they brought this stuff over, it introduced story to that violence. It introduced character development. It introduced plot, things that we didn't really give that much of a fuck about when it came to cartoons. And they realized that it doesn't fall under the same category. It doesn't fall under the same category at all.
Sucks.
Yes, like and that their creativity and their approach to this was terrible. It was like a child.
It was subpar.
It was very subpar. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It was subpar.
They tried it for the first time and it did it very well. Yep. AKA the reboot of the Thundercat.
Yep. The reboot. Yep.
Y'all cannot disrespect my girl Kimberly. Kimberly was the shit.
No, season 1 of the reboot of the Thundercat allowed me to appreciate what we were as a kid when we were watching Thundercat, because they input an in-depth storyline with sub-story whereby you are so intrigued, want to know more about the character. But all because of toy sales, they decided to shut it down after the end of season 1, with a bunch of bull. This is why Japanese anime always surpass American cartoon.
Right, and it's because when they brought it over originally, they took all that out. They took all that good story, all that stuff. They took all of that shit out and gave us a dumbed down, a simplified version that they could sell toys and stuff based off of, because it's simplified.
Be mainstream.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it's easy. None of the characters were important
because they're trying to say the American public is so dumbed down and stupid.
And then now when they bring it back and they bring stuff like that back and they're trying to do it the right way, the people that are excited about that are the people who watched that old version back in the day. They were fans of that old version. They were fans of the dumbed down version that we got originally. And that's what they wanted to see. That's what they expected to see. But when they get in there and they see all this talking, all this story, all this plot building, all this world development, they're like, this is not what I'm here for. I'm here to watch them do stupid things to each other's faces. I don't like this, and that drives down the sales and
but
it kills the series.
You know what happened? It didn't kill the series. It killed this toy sale. People went into the toy. They went into the anime.
Into the anime,
of the properly done of the Thundercat. The Thundercat was feeling more like an anime.
I truly believe this. If they when they launched that reboot, if they had launched figurines of the characters, skyrocketed sales. What the fuck is skyrocketed?
You're talking about Thundercats?
Yeah. People would have ate that shit up.
You know when US launched figurine, it doesn't tie down with the storyline. They can do their own thing, put their own twist to things, and they fell doing that.
But you gotta look at it look at the anime community. We buy fucking action figures of Naruto characters, of Bleach characters, of One Piece characters. We buy figurines. We have statues. We have collectibles, monuments of these characters. Why? Because of what those characters mean to us, the development behind them.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. When that Power Rangers movie came out, oh my bad.
When you have all the convention that comes out in US, not in US, in New York City, in California, whatever it happened, you had a huge following of people who dressing up into their favorite character. That is the reason why American production do not understand that. They think with the global phenomenon. Before that, back in the 90s, we have the flurries. People dressed like wolf or dog or whatever. That was an underground phenomenon. People could not comprehend. Then when it comes to the anime was OP because we think it's not. Go to Japan. You'd be surprised. You find a hotel named by Naruto and everything Naruto themed. Look, when you go to another place, it's based on anime. Have a huge fundamental that hit globally, whereby they're selling product based on that. Based on that.
We back in the day, you had to go way out west and way down south to find any type of authentic Japanese or Chinese restaurant. Like, I mean authentic, like the way that they actually make it at home. Now we have Naruto themed ramen shops every fucking where. You know what I mean? Like every fucking where. So it's like the influence.
This is so sad. This is how like bad it was. Like back when I grew up in the Bay Area, they had so much Hello Kitty this, Sailor Moon that,
Hello Kitty,
all that. My sister was into Hello Kitty. I was like, oh my lord.
Yo, Hello Kitty. I'm about to shut this down. No, not the stream. I'm about to shut Murdy's down. Watch this. Guess what beats Sailor Moon, bro? And I'm the king of this series. Symphogear. Come back to me when you watch all 5 seasons.
I'm good. I'm past on that. No, I'm just saying because I was gonna bring up.
No. I'm gonna shut it down right now. I'm gonna shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Symphogear is for boys and it's for girls.
I thought you said syphilis, by the way.
Symphogear. And want to know why? Want to know exactly why? It tailors to the action part and the character development that guys like in characters. But also on the other end, it's something for girls to actually realize, yo, like these are some badass chicks over here. They're actually kicking ass over here. And the thing is, they don't have to wear glitter and skirts to do this shit. So you get what I'm saying? The thing is,
I was about to say, I like
getting their girly sides.
Yeah, I like the reboot of Sailor Moon a lot. Actually, I'm not even gonna hold you. I think the reboot is good. And now I don't like it for the reason we used to like the old ones. Right? Yes, they're pretty bitches, but that's not what I'm saying. The story of the new one, of the reboot one, I fuck with it. It's actually really
Before I leave, I gotta get back to work. I like the reboot of the Shaman King with it.
Hell yeah! That
Al
shit.
Asakura for the freaking win. That's all I gotta say. Al Asakura, that's my boy.
That shit is absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
And we'll have a season 2 coming up.
Yo, my man,
please.
Only time I'm shocked about my favorite character got a boy.
They're all they're all dudes in that series. I mean, the only chick really is Anna. Really, to be honest.
Anna, yeah.
She's just that the end episode got me confused. I was like, hold up.
Why does like one chick here?
And
I
I
mean,
get
it could be
with
same
this
thing.
chick.
All say are all dudes.
I'm not gonna mention no name. I take one particular character of Shaman King. Got a son, but who he got a son with, it's still a shocker to me to this day. I was like, how do you hook up with her? How's that possible? He ain't got no game. He's too stuck up. He can slap on my older sister. But how
Oh
you?
my god. I
Hey
can't.
man, hey man,
I can't.
You get the point. You get the point what I'm talking about. You know who I'm referring
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I do.
Whoever watch Shaman King, you know that one part we always stand on like a thorn, and you wanna like,
Mm.
that her? How?
Oh my god, that's funny shit. That's funny shit.
Wow.
How?
Wow, I ain't gonna lie, man.
What
When,
you-
I,
what you-
when we said
what you
that, I
put
knew
on
exactly
drink?
what he meant too. I was like, yeah.
Why you putting on food? What she drugged?
Oh my god. We done got way off topic. We were supposed to be
No,
talking about My Hero
no.
Academia.
We did, no,
Bro.
But
I had to
it's
take
good
care
to
of
talk
something
about
we got to
anime
talking.
because
But that was funny because Burger kept bringing up.
I like how in an hour when he Canadian or less than an hour when Canadian came in, he basically said, "Y'all Americans are fucking dumb," and then also like anime is better this way, and then the manga is better, which I agree. It makes sense, right? It makes sense, and like certain
believe me.
shows, yeah.
take this. Go to any Barnes and Noble store.
Barnes and
Go to
Noble,
the
all day.
anime
Get all my
aisle.
books from there.
I get my books from
If
there.
you look
Books
at the
from there
anime
and-
aisle, you'll find grown folk in my age group and young people sitting down reading tons
anime on the
of
floor.
manga
We
books.
do that, yeah. We do the same thing too.
On the-
Dope.
when I tell people in my age
Actually,
group,
my girlfriend at the bookstore, bro.
I'm like, what? It's a big deal because it has such. This when you really want to know how to be a writer. You write a real story. You know how to create a plot from start to finish. You know how to build up characters. Like some of these American movies sucks.
Yeah,
Actually,
they do.
I think it's the
It got
the lack of
so
production
bad.
and writing.
It got so bad that the comic book industry was actually like they trying to take shots at the at mangakas because they weren't selling as much.
Yeah,
They weren't-
exactly.
they weren't selling as much
No,
because
because they know
it's-
that they're losing. That's
the
why.
writers are losing. They're losing their edge. They're losing the reason we fell in love with those heroes in the first place. You know what I mean? Like the plots are getting dumb.
I don't want.
Everybody trying to
when I
be-
say this, but it's because of
Today,
the era
comic
we're in
book-
and what they're doing to comic book characters.
Today, American
I
comic
can't
book
say
is
it out
nothing
loud
but.
because it'll get people triggered.
I know,
And
but
can
today's
hate
comic
that
book are
at
nothing
the
but
picture
woke
for
comic
people.
book. I don't want to read woke comic book. I want to read comic book.
Fuck the
If I
woke.
want woke
Right.
comic book, I go to the woke store. Which is
Right.
not really woke at all.
woke star. I love that.
Before you leave, you better read my avatar name.
All
Canadian.
I'm saying, I'm glad it came on. Talk about what it's
Hey,
a
listen,
relaxer.
I ain't sold America too, so don't worry about it.
When you go to talk about
Even
the Overlord
worse.
season 4, let
How
me
about
know.
worse?
Overlord.
Overlord. Yes, let's
Let
go.
me know.
Overlord season
Wait, you
4.
said
baby. I can't
Overlord?
wait. I can't wait.
Oh, he said Overlord. He said reboot.
Overlord season 4, baby. I can't wait for that.
We're-
This man's
we're
getting
waiting on
this
that.
man. This man's getting my blood pumping. It's getting me excited.
Oh, because that's another anime that has proper story.
Structure. Yeah.
Story structure,
Yes.
it has
Very
character
strong.
development,
Yes.
and it
You
has
want to know
proper
what
pacing,
happened next?
and it has things that engage you.
And here
to
come
make
my
you feel
son.
invested in the story.
Thank you. This is my little mini me right here that Jedi might make fun of.
And Jedi might make fun of.
Oh yeah, when Jedi gets up and then gets behind you.
Yo,
man.
Jedi Mike do him. I laugh. I'm like, this Jedi Mike is a comedian. Real talk. He got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, he's another
And-
anime fan, another comic book fan as we are.
They the one
He-
this
he
week. I'm
probably
replacing
looked
my
at it.
fans.
Ooh, new fans. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's
Here's
We
the
nice.
love new
problem.
fans. We
Let
love
me tell you
new
what, I
fans.
gotta do that. My PC is a beast. I got an i9 9th generation. That's the
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
and I got what they call a 280 all-in-one AIO, but it's not good enough. I can get a 360 later on because whenever I start to do anything like streaming on it, I can see the heat capacity go up a bit because it's not like an i7, not like an i5. i9 is a beast.
Right.
For the 9th generation all the way to the 12th generation, they are beast processors. You can't just put any type of air cooler; it's not gonna hold it down. Either you put an AIO or get a custom liquid loop. Real talk. This is why I'm trying to get my software up and running the proper way before I start doing some more tech conversation, because I believe I want to start a trend where everybody walk away from the laptop and get custom-made built PC onto the side. They can do the kind of thing, because I'm telling to everybody, when you have proper streaming, you need a custom gaming PC to do the job for you.
100%.
Apple
You ain't lying.
sucks.
You ain't lying.
Rotten apples. Apple's not the thing.
Android game.
Hey, it is what it is. But when it comes to PC, you need a custom-made gaming PC that can do that work for you. Believe me.
That's what I got.
You ain't
Got some build
you're not
better.
gonna-
When it comes to
you're not
like
gonna regret
games
it.
and stuff, like yeah. But I do use Apple. I am using an Apple One right now. But the difference with me was I use it for graphic stuff. Is what I always use it for. That's why I wanted one.
I get it, but you could still do the same graphic on PC that have that type of horsepower. Here's what's going on. I want you guys to pay attention to the NVIDIA market and the AMD market. They are heating up the rivalry. Later on this year, we'll have the 43 video card for the NVIDIA. AMD is coming out with a new processor that will be way more powerful, and it's attacking both the business sector and the gaming sector. Now, these PCs are making Apple look like crap.
Gotcha. I can believe that.
I got a big ass video card. You see my PC? Let's want to.
Yeah, I have seen it.
You seen it, Jay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen it.
More
on our
you
conversation.
seen it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
So
Take a look. Take a look, bro.
Ooh, okay.
That
Got the
build-
RGB going on. I like that.
Don't you just love rainbow colors, man?
What my video card?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, he's got a monster in there.
Mm-hmm. You showed me before. I was like, bro, it's even
What,
more
what
impressive than
graphics card is
Tekken
that?
It's the NVIDIA
NVIDIA.
Gigabyte NVIDIA Vision RTX 3070 Ti.
30.
3070 Ti.
Not the 3080 Ti that I wanted.
See,
Mine
mine is RTX 2060. So that 30 is you got a beast out there.
No, it's not. No, the beast video card are the 3080, 3080 Ti, 3090, and 3090 Ti's. Those are beast video card because the 3080 came with 10 gigs. The upgraded version came with 12. 3080 Ti came with 12. 3090 and 3090 Ti both came with 24.
24.
And
24 gigs of RAM.
and 3090
it.
Ti can go SLA. You can put two video cards together, and that'll be 48.
Oh, that's expensive.
And
That's,
now, if you want to go into rendering and graphic design, Jay,
you said
you got a beast of a
24. My
PC?
wallet screamed at me. Hold on.
I know about the screen at you. It told you don't ever try. I will slap you. Baby powder.
This dude, he got the powder ready. He got the powder ready.
And the PC designer, he named it Designed by IFR. He built a custom-made PC desk, and he SLI'd two 3090s in that bad boy. I was like,
Oof.
huh?
God damn.
No, it'd like to have two 3090 SLIs and use that for rendering and graphic design, and custom-made
Be a
water
beast.
cooling.
You'd be a beast. You know how many
Dude.
projects you could get
Dude.
done simultaneously? Shit.
You know how many pirated movies and music you can download? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And
All right.
FBI has entered the chat.
Yep. All right.
I'm telling you
that
guys, getting to custom made PC, I've been a
Hell
fan
yeah.
since I got into the IT field for 20 years, and I realized it's far better off you have your own personal look and taste than being cookie cutter Apple.
Yep, 100%. He ain't lying. But that is like the time that I have. I'm gonna have to skedaddle, guys.
I gotta get
I
back
got
to
you.
work.
Definitely, like I said, I'm
Peace out, man. Nice talking to you, bro.
You can see.
Nice talking to you guys too, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for being here, man.
Work it.
And hold on, before you do your head out real quick, I want to show everybody what the next thing is gonna be 2 weeks from now. And sorry guys, had to do screen share so we can get it all up on
Give
here.
it a lineup of what's coming out in the next 2 weeks. I'll be.
He's the one to line up. I love it. Yo, buddy.
Yeah, he's already. Give me the format.
He said,
Dude,
"Yo,
I'm
give me the
an
line,
anime junkie.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I know you are. I know you are.
I'm still mad with One Punch Man. You're taking too much time with the next
Just
season.
don't
Like,
bring up
hurry up.
Ultraman again, or else he ruined the floodgates.
You
I
stop.
give you
All
One
right,
Punch
guys.
Man.
I gotta go ahead and skedaddle.
Okay, brother.
All right,
It's cool.
man.
Appreciate you
I
guys.
appreciate it, bro.
Thank you
I'll
guys.
inform you.
Love all
I'll
you
inform you
guys.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Hit me up on Discord. But you guys have a good
Definitely.
one.
Peace out, bro.
All right. I'm trying to get back. Either way, One Punch Man is another anime. What holding you guys up with season 3?
We said One Punch Man.
Yeah,
One Punch?
holding them up.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they do everything they're supposed to.
He the OP version of Popeye.
Oh my god. Really?
They did a death match with him and One Piece. I mean, One Punch.
Oh yeah,
and he lost to Popeye.
versus One Punch. Don't get me started, bro. Get me started.
I was like,
I love
how you lose to
Popeye. That's my
Popeye?
boy, but
I was like,
it's
how
a
you lose to
cartoon character.
Popeye?
They don't lose, man.
Wait a minute. One Punch or Togo from Dragon Ball Z?
They had Popeye versus One Punch Man, and One Punch Man lost. I was like,
Where's he?
how?
All right,
What,
guys.
how? When they explained it, I was like, you know what? Screw you.
Yeah, dude, you
Come
don't
on.
trust me. You don't want to get into it with that. Trust me.
You gotta go on YouTube, look up death match with different anime
I saw
characters
it,
put
dude.
together.
It
I was tight.
Just stop. Like, just commit ritual.
No,
I can't say that out
no.
loud.
You know what they need to do? They need to go back and give a rematch for Superman versus Goku, because Goku can walk
Yeah?
behind. They need to do a rematch.
Nah, Superman still wins. Even now, it's still bad. Canadian born. Here's why. Unless they give Goku reality warping or stuff like that, he still can't beat Supersonic from the books.
Oh.
Comic Sonic.
Wait, Goku cannot be supersonic?
No, from the comic books. No, from the game. Yeah, most likely in the game. In the books, hell no.
Why?
Because Interjack exists.
You talking about God? But what about God Goku?
And in Canadian born, they're much stronger in the books than they are in the damn game. If people
Yeah,
understand what Supersonic and Super Shadow and Super Scourge and Interjack,
Yeah, but
like
in
those,
the manga
those
right
characters
now,
are multiversal
but
threats.
in the manga right now, Goku already mastered Ultra Instinct to the
It's still
next
not
level,
enough.
and Vegeta already mastered Ultra Ego.
Oh,
the next
those
level.
were-
Aren't they
those-
gods right now
I don't know
in
if
the
those are
fucking
real.
lore?
Even and I know about those forms, but even then, it's still not enough. Unless they get destroyed.
Canadian born. Do you hear this?
Yeah, I can't.
I'm hearing it. I'm kind of confused right now.
No. It's still not enough. That's the problem. And then the problem is they can only do one thing. Canadian born. And here's the thing: destroy shit. That don't mean anything to somebody who has fate manipulation or causality manipulation. All I gotta do is manipulate it. And you're
Okay,
a child.
I get your point. You mentioned the the F. You
No,
mentioned
no,
the F
and I know
word.
what you mean too. Because yeah, now I'm gonna say it for real. If there was in like One Piece verse, they stumped the whole freaking verse.
No, you're right. You mentioned the F
They
word.
would
Fate.
stump them. They would stump the
Because
big three. I'm not even
there's a
arguing that. They would
YouTuber
stump
who wrote his own storyline. Imagine when Ultra Ego, Vegeta fused with the Ultra Instinct Goku and got
Okay,
called Hodge.
okay, that's different. That's different, but no, I agree with you. That's different. If that's a fusion, I didn't know they fused, but that is different. Unless they have,
Yeah, but the guy
powers.
trying to throw an idea to the main creator. What if you have those two fused and they would happen and they go on their particular storyline? You know, a lot of people have been trying to throw hints at the main creator, and they're making their
the
own
thing is,
storylines.
people want a fusion of a Cheeto and Gogeta, and that's never gonna happen. That's impossible. I mean, I'm saying that one is impossible because there's 4 people. Well, technically, it's a being or 2 people already fused together. Another fusion. Like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that.
They could have a multiverse event.
Shut up. They're not multiversal.
They could.
Zeno is, but not everybody
You
else.
never know, but you never know because all these cartoons, all these comics, all these animes are starting to collide in universal shit.
Yeah. All right, hold on. guys. I'm gonna put up what we're gonna be doing next time. At least a couple of 2 things every 2 weeks we're gonna be doing. I gotta get this other one up here, but I want you guys to check this one out. This is the thumbnail that I made, and of course, the best series are on this one. So hold on. So here's the overlay. Here's the one we're gonna do next 2 weeks from now. So we're gonna have the
You're lying.
Can you hear me?
You're lying.
No.
I can hear you.
We are
You're lying,
I'm not
right?
lying. I am doing that. We are gonna do
You're
that
lying,
because
right?
we read the light novels to these series
On the
and we
upper
watched
right
the
side,
anime.
you're lying, right? Tell me you're
Which
lying on
one?
the upper west side. The upper
So-
the upper left right hand side. You're lying, right?
The upper left hand or right hand?
Upper right hand side.
This one up
Tell me
top?
you're lying.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not lying. We're gonna talk about that one. And the reason why I'm gonna talk about it because I've read the light novel to it, and he's one of the most powerful. Oh damn, you're gonna get me talking about it now. He's one of the most powerful, best characters ever written in a light novel.
You telling me? You telling me that? I already know that. I thought that was done.
No. It should, no. Yeah, he should be. No, the light novel. I think it's still before it gets fully released over here. We got a couple more chapters and it's done. But it's
he's
done in
OP.
Japan.
The problem, he's OP and he trying to control that power.
Yeah, no, he's a tribrid. He has 3 different. I told about last time. He has 3 different. He's rocking 3 different races in his bloodline. Dragon,
That's why he's OP.
dragon,
That's why he's
god,
OP.
demon. No one can stop him.
He's OP.
Yeah, no, he beats everybody. He by a lot. But guys, we're gonna be talking about like it'll mostly be about the protagonists and the girls that are surround them. But we're doing all of them because these are really great male characters in here, and they have awesome female characters, which none of these
I know
girls in
that.
any of these series piss me off, which is rare. None of them do. But yeah, we're gonna do this one next, and then after that, we're gonna do one with the isekai protagonist. I have to pull a thumbnail up for that, guys. Give me a quick second, because I had to download it again because I worked on it. Hold on. Some downloads, right?
Yo, Jay, you got my number, right?
Yeah. Put it in the private chat for me. I think I don't have it.
Okay. Remember to call me whenever.
Now I do remember from our last conversation, I was supposed to get that, but I was tired that day. And guys, this is the other one we'll be doing. Best isekai protagonist.
No, you should never have done that one too either.
No, I have to do it, and there's a reason for that. There's a very good reason for that, guys. Because
all 3 of them, it's hard to
because
compare.
all 4 of these guys are like 10 out of 10 characters for me. And
You're
even the guy on the upper right with the fire on him, it looks like he's Kaioken. He's gonna have his season 2 is coming out this year, so we get more on him, which he's already powerful. He's already a likable character at the first season. Now he's getting to that point. But yeah, definitely we got these 2 lineups for you guys.
And here's the thing.
And then we're gonna do our Gundam one.
No, it'd be great if they create an anime club and these high school people want to start to learn how to write and draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen in public. It might happen in charter school. I'm just saying. Because it's an art. These are art. It's not no simple. To write, to be a storyteller, and not to create plot, it takes ingenuity. You have that type of mindset, or to create a great storyline. You know what I mean?
How you doing, Ogit?
Let me get back to work. You know what I mean? Let me finish up my work and everything. I got so much to do.
Definitely,
I'm glad to have a conversation with you guys. Whenever
Thanks
you
for
feel like
showing up,
talking, when you feel like talking, Jay, call me.
All right, definitely, man.
I'm willing to leave your ear.
Unless I got your number here,
And Marcus,
add it to you so I can have you.
don't start that nonsense with the Nigerian versus American nonsense.
Sorry, bro.
I didn't see it. I was like, really?
This just in: breaking news: Nigerian insults Americans. Intellect.
No.
I'm just kidding.
It doesn't matter, bro. And listen, if Canadian born is from, listen, the Canadian born knows Star Wars. If he's Mace Windu's bloodline, then they all stomp him.
Let me say this. I work in IT for 20 years.
All dark side powers, bro. They stomp from their natural inheritance. That's why
He just started the sentence the same way I just said it.
Let me tell you what you didn't realize. There used to be a beat between Star Wars fan and Star Trek fan out here.
I remember that. People, it's real.
Those are 2 shows I don't mention. Those 2?
No, those dudes literally. Those two groups of people will literally debate and argue for hours.
They will. I know they will. I see it one time.
It's ridiculous.
I thought on a college campus one time when I was in college.
I'd rather talk about Car Captain Sakura than talk about that crap because it's cancer. Highway
I'm
cancer,
not touching that topic. I leave those topic alone. When Star Trek and Star Wars thing come up, I'm not saying a word.
The worst stormtrooper shooters ever.
Worst.
It's like, hey, here's a gun. Don't know how to shoot it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Let us say there's a new premiere of the movie coming out. They all come out of the woodwork. Oh, everything.
Oh, you're talking about when The Force Awakens came out?
Yeah.
Yo, they came in heavy bodies.
Rash.
They wear the whole outfit and everything. I was like, damn.
I'm not gonna lie. This last trilogy was trash compared to the one from the early 2000s.
It was.
But you can't tell them that.
Dude, Revenge of the Sith, bro, was a shit.
Revenge of the Sith was. Revenge of the Sith was so damn good, bro. I love that storyline. It needed a little work, but other than that, it did what it set out accomplished to do. But that new trilogy, hell no. We could have had a Black Jedi for the first. I mean, besides Mace Windu, we could have had a Black Jedi in there, and I was all down for Finn being a freaking Jedi. I was all down for it, bro.
We know how it is. You know how it is.
Don't give black people nothing. I got you.
Let's leave that one alone. But man,
can't leave it alone.
We will start doing these episode reviews and our view about it going forward on these anime talk. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to catch up right now. Because since I'm trying to master OBS with Restream, I want to do the tech review and I want to join with the anime review. So in case I have my own window like this, I can put a little hint on the side, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Because anime, it's more relaxing when we talk about anime. It takes off all the stress.
That's true.
That's why I like anime, because it's all about creativity and perfection. Until I get more space, I'll start doing some gunpla. Until then, I got no space for that. I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Canadian born, are you a gamer?
Am I a gamer?
Yeah.
I'm a PT gamer. I'm a console gamer. I used to be heavy on it, but since I'm grandpa, papa, working, trying to find the time to do so I'm trying to synchronize everything in a smooth transition. So in case I want to showcase my gaming live, I'll be able to do so in a proper way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now it's to focus on tweaking this thing a little bit so it could be stable, because I still have heat issues. That's why I got these bigger fans for my case. Because when you have an i9, you gotta keep that thing cool. You have a steady good airflow coming in. I'm not gonna build a liquid loop yet, because I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna do it, how I'm gonna maintain it. I'm watching some of the big experts when they had to take it apart and they had to scrub the water plate after how many years that have not been cleaned. It's cool to have a custom liquid loop, but if you don't properly maintain it, it's a waste of time. If you cannot do that, get an AIO. Keep it simple, so it's easy for you to clean the PC in and out every 2 or 3 months or so. Know what I mean?
That's the Canadian born.
And keep your PC up elevated, not on the floor.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
For the dust.
Everybody, if you're PT, pay attention to Canadian born. It'll help you.
I'm being honored because I learned that lesson on my own, because I did that experiment to myself. I had a PT on the ground for a couple of months, and I see all the dust build up, but when I have it up, it's far less. The air vortex. You want to avoid that. Not everybody can do it, but you look at how you want to have your setup and just figure out what the best logical way of getting it done. You can get a block, have it at least 6 feet above the ground. That's still enough. You don't have to be like me on top of the cabinet.
Right.
That's what I did. So in due time, I'll start making some videos, get some proper reviews, and explain the science behind it so people can figure out what would be best for their own look, their own setup, whatsoever, as long as it's flexible for them and not too cloudy. Not the number one thing, have it whereby you have breathing space in your area. Keep it clean. Don't have it too dusty.
I get you. I hear you.
My point, because, oh man, dust bunny, they can kill your pissy.
They really can. Hold on to everybody here. I'm gonna end the conversation here. Canadian born. I don't know if you're still gonna be here after, because I'll still be on after in the backstage. But
let me get back to work.
All right, brother. I don't want to.
I got you. We gotta finish our face off next time. All right.
Don't worry, we will have our face. So I'll shoot a lot of
read my avatar real quick.
Oh, everybody tune in for that. And guys, we're gonna end on the outro.
You will have an anime
Nigerian versus the Mexican.
You will have an anime showdown for that. Don't worry. Start calling out lists of animes.
Let's go. Bring it. I am not afraid.
Jay Takashi, I was right. Yo, listen, hold on before I end this, guys. Hold on, True, come on backstage, man. I'm gonna put the link. The link is already in the chat, man. Just come in. We'll still be on here. At least, me and Marcus will be. But other than that,
I gotta get out of here.
Other than that, you got a good day. We about to end on the outro. All right, peace out, y'all.